Hotep, especially when the Hotep got the goddess mask off. He's working his ass off, trying to tell y'all goofy dudes what they planning. It's Hotep, Hotep. Hope you motherfuckers understand. It's Hotep, Hotep. Hope you motherfuckers understand. No threat to our Hotep, especially when the Hotep got the goddess mask off. He's working his ass off, trying to tell y'all goofy dudes what they planning. It's Hotep, Hotep. Hope you motherfuckers understand. It's Hotep, Hotep. Hope you motherfuckers understand.
What's going on? What's going on, everybody? Happy Thursday. Happy Thursday. Welcome to the after party. Give yourselves a round of applause because you could be anywhere right now, but you're hanging out with us, and we really appreciate it. Shout out to Descendant of Loki, 20 memberships gifted, man. My man, Descendant of Loki, man. I appreciate you. If you're new, hit that like, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification icon. It'll let you know when I got new content coming out. Please share this stream, guys. Let people know we live. You catching the replay, leave a comment. Let me know how we doing. I can use that constructive criticism. The question of the night is, were you disappointed in the Epstein documents?
Disappointed in I know I'm disappointed in justice not being served. I'm disappointed in not seeing the actual list, a client's list, like what everyone on the net was talking about. I'm disappointed that we're not being shown those tapes and not being shown those hard drives. What's on the hard drives? Didn't they recover something like 120 hard drives and so much hours and upon hours of footage and so many photographs that we haven't seen any of that? That's what I'm disappointed. I'm disappointed that it's business as usual for the elites and that there is no justice in this world.
You ain't lied, Jay. You ain't lied, but the thing about it is, I never expected it. I never expected it, and it's sad to say. I never expected anything more than what we got. I called it. I knew that's what we was going to get. I knew it was BS.
Right.
I knew it was just the same old same. The funny part is, Jay, is this is almost exactly a year to the day when they were talking about releasing the documents before. So I ran a rerun of the segment we did about the U.S. Virgin Islands Attorney General who got fired. You know,
that's right.
For the J.P. Morgan investigation, that scandal, right? And that's when they also were talking about the client list and all this other stuff. You know when that was, Jay? That was January 3rd of last year.
So we're on time.
We're right on time. We're right on time. But I knew it was a nothing burger. I knew it was going to be nothing. I didn't even really want to read the shit yesterday when it came out because I'm like, yo, it's going to be exactly what I thought it was, but I wanted to be vindicated. I wanted to say I told you so. Sure enough, as we read along, it was shit we already knew. It was stuff we already knew. And then like Jonah said, Jonah was like, yo, this is just a civil suit that they just unsealed. There's nothing new in it. There's nothing. Right? I still say that, yeah, those tapes is out there, but the redacted got them. The redacted got them because he worked for some agency. They had him from day one, from the day them videos were conceived. That's just my opinion on that. He worked for an agency. Ghislaine was his. That's who he answered to. She was the brains. She was the facilitator, just like she probably was the facilitator for her father. Because you know Robert Maxwell was doing the Epstein shit before Epstein was doing the Epstein shit. He just replaced Robert Maxwell. They got him out of the paint. Who the common denominator though? Ghislaine.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, guys. I'm just saying. I knew nothing was gonna come from it. There wasn't gonna be nobody of note. We won't get no big fish. There's gonna be no big fish given. Bill Clinton was the only name they threw out there because it's the one that everybody expected to see. 27 times on the Lolita Express. It was a gimme.
I know the one what was it, the Hyatt, his name was out there before
Pritzker.
Yeah, the one that runs the Hyatt motels. He was kicking it with them, right?
Yeah.
Saw that.
But you know, without videotape, what you gonna say? I was there. I mean, I was partying, but I ain't do nothing. I ain't do not a thing. I was just there. You know what I mean? That's how that shit worked.
Did they mention was Woody Allen on the list again? I don't know. That was just like I saw this picture online of the two of them hanging out.
I'm about to show it.
He lived across the street. The strange thing is, if you look at the addresses or whatever, I think there was a circle of those buildings where they lived like within the vicinity of some very big names. And I think he lived across the street from Bill Cosby.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah, he lived across the street from Bill Cosby and some other celebrities that come up in the news.
Woody Allen, didn't he like marry his like stepdaughter or something like that?
Yeah.
She was rather young, wasn't she?
I don't know. We can't go down that rabbit hole thing. Black vans pop up outside. Yo, what y'all talking about in here?
Oh man, that is funny. That is funny.
That's one of the protected characters right there, with the little hat on, fisherman's hat on. I wonder who the mother contacts are in the background.
Shorty was supposed to be 13 Streets.
My goodness.
Yeah, but it was nothing. And I told people it was going to be nothing. It was just a distraction. It was all it was. It's all it was made to be. And people still going to be looking through them documents, hoping something's going to come of them. Nothing's going to come of them. Period. He did his job till he's no longer with us. And I'm with Unc. I'm with Unc. And I stand by it. They swapped him out with Anthony Bourdain. They swapped him out with Anthony Bourdain. That's what
happened?
Huh?
Oh, the video did something funky on my side.
Yeah, no, you good. That's me. Boomer teching it up over here. Boomer teching it up. I'm trying to get this. Hold on. Boom. I guess that's right. I think. All right. Boom. Try this again. All right, we good now. But yeah, I mean, it was nothing. This is what it is. It's what it's going to be. And yes, they're going to release more stuff, and people are still going to be looking at it. You know. Meanwhile, we have all this shit going on right now, Jay. You got the board. They got a horde making their way up this way. Did you see the video that I showed yesterday of that horde making their way toward the United States?
Yeah.
It looked like an entire country making its way here. All right. It looked like the entire state of Delaware just moving. You know what I mean? Then we had the bomb threat. They had the bomb threats yesterday. At least 8 state capitals. I think it was a dozen when they finished the count. All got bomb threats yesterday. They had to close all the capitals down. Right? We had the bomb. We had the truck bomb on New Year's Day at 12:50 in the morning in New York at a rock concert. I think 3 countries got bombed today.
Yeah.
Bruh. Ooh, the cake. I mean, 2024 is spicy, and it's only day 4.
What they last few days ago was the X flares, right? The sun activity had spiked, and once that happened, the earthquake started going off.
That's right. You had the tsunami in Japan with the earthquake.
Mm-hmm.
You had a couple earthquakes here in America, and then you had Russia get hit with one.
Yeah, the biggest size sun flare you can get are CME, coronal mass ejections, or the X flare. And we just had that X flare was a size 5, which is pretty sizable. If they announced like a between a 10 and a 20, you better get your EMP shields ready, because that could turn some lights out. If they say, but at least we'll have like 3 days. We'll have 3 days to prepare for it. If they do ever announce, hey, X flare level 20 is on the way, get your EMP shields ready. I mean, there's some radio blackouts right now going on because of that New Year's Eve solar flare. It was the New Year's Eve solar flare. As soon as that New Year's Eve solar flare happened, the X5, that's when you saw the Japanese quake go down.
Yeah, so, man, it's just so much shit happening at one time. There's so much shit happening at one time, yo. That's the thing. Like, I don't like it's they want it, like Matt just said, they want to keep us on our toes. They want us to be like, we don't know which way to turn. We don't know which way. Like, we don't like they don't want us to see the shit coming. They want us dazed and confused, so we don't see the shit coming.
They've gone on to, since that writer's strike hit, the elites have turned to the AI to create this next script, because that's what this script has been wild, Chris. They've been like, listen, the AI has been like, yeah, hit them with this, that, and the third.
Bruh. Speaking of EMP shields, Jay.
So I finally put your EMP shield together.
I finally put it in right.
Okay.
You see it?
Yeah. Got it on the truck.
So here it is right here. So it's this box right here, and it's got 3 wires. So you got ground, right? Now, the reason I put it here is because when I looked up how to exactly do this, they use a truck similar. They use a truck.
You're gonna be the only one in Baltimore driving around.
Right. They use a truck similar to my truck, right? This is where they put the ground on the police car, right? And then you got a hot and you got a neutral, right? And what it's supposed to do is it's supposed to intercept that charge, almost like a big ass surge protector, right? We all watched the video that day, and it's supposed to ground out, use the truck as a big ass ground, right? Use the truck as the deflection versus all the circuitry and all this other stuff. Is this shit going to work? I don't know.
Hope so.
I don't know. I hope so, right? You know, but the little small investment in it, you know, versus you know, walking and when the lights go out, you know, it's worth a shot. You know what I mean? It's worth a shot. Is it going to work? I don't know. It might work. It might not work. But the funny part is all the motherfuckers in my mentions that was tripping out about it. Like, you had this one dude. I don't know where that shit is. I might have blocked that nigga. I don't know. But he was like, do you even know what an EMP is? And he started sending charts and shit. And I wanted to just be like, yo, shut the fuck up. Like, you got, like, one person says, how does it shield the PMC from getting fried? I said, I don't know science shit, right? And then one person, well, what about gas? Even if it works, what do you do when you get to the gas station and it's closed? LOL. I said, get MacGyvery. Like, what the fuck? Like guys, don't fucking rain on my parade, goddammit. I'm proud of my fucking $400 that well, I didn't waste my $400. Dad, I appreciate it. But I'm proud of it. Goddamn, I put it in, and we're gonna hopefully this shit works. Hopefully, if some shit hit, I mean, we did see the video where the place got struck by lightning, and the box took the brunt of everything, and it didn't destroy like the breaker box and all that other stuff. It was just the box that got jacked up, not the entire fuse box. You know what I mean? Or breaker box. So we'll see. We'll see. If that shit happened and my fucking car plunks in the middle of the street, then goddamn it, I waste $400. If it don't and I'm still fucking moving, then it was a good investment. Not to mention, allegedly, the United States government has contracted this company to make these for their vehicles and all that other shit. So I'm just saying, maybe not. But you know what? It's all good. You know, Faraday cages. You know, I got Faraday cages. I got makeshift Faraday cages and shit like that. You know what I mean? I got other contingencies other than this fucking box. This box isn't the end all be all, but like the guy said in the video, if I can ride in style, then fuck it, I'm a ride in style. You know? I mean, I might not have no. I mean, I got a CD player in the car. I might be able to pop a CD in. I'll be listening to Patriot J every day for the rest of the apocalypse. But you know, that's just what it is. Maybe I'll come across, you know, some car with a CD player and take their CDs or some shit. I don't know. I'm just saying. I'm also
only
looking,
working CD player.
Yeah, I'm also looking at I got a 4-wheeler, but I want to get a 4-wheeler with a kickstart. Get a dirt bike with a kickstart. You know. Shit like that. I got contingencies, guys. I got other shit that'll start if it don't. I got it. All right, but
I'm just picturing Mad Max CannonHotep over here right now.
Right. I want this one to work. God damn it. I want this one to work. That's all I'm saying.
You're gonna have the steel plates on his vehicle before you know it. Oh, Mad Max out here.
Let me see something. Rudy said you want to call and talk about the EMP shit. All right, Rudy, it's in the chat, y'all. Go ahead, give it a call. We'll bring you on real quick. But yeah, I'm proud of it. Goddammit. And if it work, it worked. Little green light is on and all that shit. For all I know, it could be nothing in this box, Jay. It's pretty fucking hefty, so it's gotta be something in there. But for all I don't know, it could be snake oil like a motherfucker. But we'll find out if the lights go out. And if the lights go out and the shit don't work, your motherfuckers will never know it. Y'all won't never know, goddammit. That's all I'm saying. That is all I'm saying. Oh, man. But, I digress.
Have to get CB radios and walkie-talkies to communicate with you and hoorah about it.
Oh, I'm getting my ham radio thing. I'm getting my ham radio.
All the Hoteps are going to have to get their ham radios going.
This is the crazy part, but apparently if one person gets their ham radio license, it's good for 5 people. It's good for 5 people. That's the crazy thing. Right. The street said if it... Here we go. Hold up. There we go. What's up, Rudy?
What's going on, brother? Hey, listen. So you You ever heard of that Coast to Coast AM with George Norrie?
Yeah, yep.
Okay, so there's a dude up there a long time ago, man, who broke down if an EMP comes, that box you got, brother, an EMP comes, that box you got is absolutely useless, brother.
God damn.
What an EMP does is gonna fry most electrical systems, right?
Yeah.
So what you're gonna need to do is get you a battery, right? You got to have a vehicle, right?
Yep.
You got to have a vehicle with kickstart, like you said, that'll work. You know what I'm saying? The kickstart, or in any modern car, you got to basically have a carburetor. Fuel injected cars are going to be fucked. But you put that battery, like I said on Twitter to you earlier, dude. A microwave oven is a natural Faraday cage. All microwave is radiation, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's why it's built into the microwave oven, and none of that radiation leaks out. So you stick an extra, whatever you want, like spark plugs, car batteries, a motorcycle battery, and keep them in reserves in the biggest goddamn microwave oven you can find, and then you'll always be able to start like a four-wheeler. But it's got to be, like you said, it's got to be kickstart or a car. Any car with a modern computer system is you're fucked. You got to have a throwback, dude. You got to have something with a carburetor, and then you got to be able to put fresh spark plugs and a fresh battery. And you know, that just like maybe if your car got struck by lightning, or you know how they got them things now where the Poe can ride alongside you and pump you with the electric shit and stop your car and kill all its electrical systems.
Yeah.
It might be good for that, but electromagnetic pulse in the atmosphere, man, that box ain't doing nothing, brother. Ain't doing nothing for it.
Well, I'm hoping that I forgot the name of the company that not EMP Shield, but the company that tested it. It had to meet all these standards and requirements allegedly. Right. You know what I mean? So I can't test it. I can't. You know, I ain't got the money to test.
You're on the right thought pattern. You're on the right thought pattern with the kickstart bike and but that's all it takes, man. Is you know, a battery. Trust me, I got a kickstart four-wheeler. You know what I'm saying? I try to keep about 20 gallons of gas on. And I got a spare battery for it and some spare spark plugs in an old microwave tucked away in the garage. You know, gonna try. You got to try. I'm with you 100% on. You got to try. So I'm not knocking you for buying it, but from all I know, what that dude George Norrie would talk about EMPs, man.
It's 3 stages of an EMP. Yeah.
When all he talked about with EMPs, man, it's all bad, man. Everything electric's gonna fry, dude. Don't hesitate. Don't hesitate to get a pedaling bike, my dude.
Oh, I got one in the garage. Like I said, I got other contingencies. Yeah. I will ride around my fucking lawnmower if I got to, but now I got other contingencies and stuff. Yeah. I just thought this was worth it was cheap enough to grab, and I felt like it was worth the investment, because if the shit working, it works like they say it's going to work, and if that's the case, and you know they got them all these police cars and military vehicles, this fucking box, and that shit actually works the way it's supposed to, then it'll be worth it. But if it ain't, then the truck will be sitting on the side of the road, and I'll just be driving something else.
You spent $400 on a lot worse in your life. You know what I mean?
Yeah, there's a couple of them in the back of me right now.
All right, brother. Hotep, I wanted to get in on that, man. I'm driving down the road. I wanted to get in on that. You know, I ain't too good at driving and texting when I got cars hooked up on the back. But I love you. I love y'all fellas, man. Hotep and Bill, bro.
Hotep and Bill, bro. I appreciate the call. Appreciate it. My man Rudy on the call in. I'm still gonna hold hope, Jay. I'm still gonna hold hope. They had the director of ICE, Jay. He was endorsing it. Oh man, but I had some dude on there. He was like, "Well, if there's a natural disaster event, then you can just count on death." And I'm like, "Yo, shut up!" Like, Jesus, Mary and Joseph, Good Lord. All these doom and gloom people like, yo, let's have some optimism, okay? I want to be riding around listening to fucking Linkin Park or fucking Foo Fighters or something when the lights go out. You know what I mean? Just saying. A hero can save us. I'm not going to stand there and wait. I'm just saying. Anyway. Oh, man. But back to this Epstein stuff, Jay. It was a nothing burger. It's going to be a nothing burger. They just want to distract us from some shit. It is an election year. We just had this shooting happen today. You know, now, like I said, I didn't want to report on it just yet. Earlier today, I went live about it. I went live about it just to give what they had found out. I didn't want to start speculating on the shooter, especially when people started sending me the picture of the shooter and all this other stuff, because it was too early. It was too early to know, right? And I kind of still feel like it's a little too early, so I feel like I'm gonna probably wait till tomorrow, and if what they saying is what it is, then I'll report on it. But I'm not worried about being first. I can't hear you. Are you paused up? You muted up?
Yes.
There you go.
The baby's in the background for a second. I was gonna say, you mean to tell me you weren't going to grift off of it and jump to wild conclusions and say, see, I told you, and then be wrong another day? Yeah, look, did you see this? Did you see this picture I just sent you? What'd you think about that picture?
Let me see. Hold on, where is it at? What? Let me see. Skype be tripping. Let's see. Oh, I've seen this picture before.
I didn't see this one.
I've seen this picture before.
I guess I was out the loop.
Just Lane, like she got some heavies on her.
Why in the world? Why?
But yeah, I've seen this picture before. I had always wondered if it might have been Photoshop, and that's not really his body, but I think it is him. I don't know. I've seen this picture before.
It says credit to Kevin Mazur, 2014. This picture's from 2014.
Okay, I can see that. I can believe it. Think about it. It's Elon Musk, Tesla, and all that other shit that he was doing, wasting the government's money. I'm sure he wasn't running in those same circles. He had to be. Like he made all of his money on government subsidies.
Seems like this was the blackmailing circuit.
Yeah, but that's what it is.
Of America, the blackmail circuit of America.
Yeah. Now Elon might not have done any massages, but I'm sure, just like they got pictures of Trump with Ghislaine Maxwell and Epstein.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Federale says she's evil Miss Frizzle.
She's out here everywhere is what I'm saying. Like, I never saw this picture before, so that's why I was just...
Mom says she appalled. She like Miss Nelson is missing. Remember Miss Nelson is missing?
What's that?
You remember? You never heard of Miss Nelson is missing? It's like an old children's book. I remember that from back in like elementary school.
Miss Nelson is missing.
Yeah.
Let me go look it up. Miss Nelson.
Ghislaine got some heavies on her though. I'm just saying. Jonas says Tesla's mother is a Holderman. What? AJ, you like that one and know it was Dean the lawyer that used to limit Hangout first on the recordings.
Oh, Bob Handelman and then Dean is it John Dean? The Nixon recordings.
Okay.
So when they were talking together and they were saying how are we going to release stuff? It's going to be falling into the public, and they said no, it's going to be a hangout, and he said secret hangout or a limited hangout. So okay. Bob Handelman or whatever is the one that kind of coined it, and then John Dean followed suit. Secretary of the State at the time, 1970. What year was that again? 74, I believe. I could be mistaken. You remember the Nixon administration and what they did?
The Watergate scandal?
No, it was not the Watergate scandal. The plumbers. not not specifically Watergate, but like the underground weather, resistance and stuff.
Underground, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I got it.
And some of that other movement they were doing, and Dean and them were just talking about what information was going to come out or be privy, and they said it would be a limited hangout. That's where the term come from. I think he was bringing that up earlier today. Jonah was. Shout out to Jonah.
Hotep Federale says she knocks her victims out with those milk trucks. A man said them heavies are no fly zone. They got you damn right.
It was March 22nd, 1973. My mistake. I thought it was 74.
Sorry, you was off by what? You was off by a year. You was right there. You was in the area. Sure.
I was wrong, kid.
I remember this picture though. I do remember seeing this picture.
That's the first time I had seen it.
But yeah, like I was saying yesterday though, I don't discount the fact that it might have been a bunch of people that may have been to the island just to be there around all the powerful people and try to network, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I'm sure that between her and Epstein, they were trying to get a lot of those people to do shit that they otherwise probably wouldn't have done or felt comfortable doing any other time. Like I was saying, like, hey, I see you looking at Rachel, I can make that happen for you. You know what I mean? No, I'm okay. You sure? She's a fan. You know what I mean? And then you go do the deal with Rachel. Now they got 15 minutes of video on you, showing your old face. You know what I mean? I'm just saying. That's probably how a lot of that shit happened. And then you got a lot of people that probably just legitimately went because, Mark Cuban's going to be there, which I wouldn't be surprised if he was on the list. Mark Cuban's going to be there. You know what I mean? It was at 15 minutes. Look, I'm being generous, okay? But Mark Cuban, or whoever's going to be there, and I just want to, I want to go meet them, want to go talk to them, pitch this thing to them, and they never knew what was going on there. It's a big possibility, but I think they're the exception and not the rule. I think a lot of people knew what was going on at that island or at them parties, and they expected to be able to get their rocks off.
Man, as smart as some of these clowns are supposed to be, heck yeah, they know what's going on, Kim.
That animalistic nature in people, it make them lose rational thought, yo.
Yeah, common sense and putting two and two together. These are business type people. They're going to be sitting there putting things together. Mm-hmm. They're not just going to be, they just fell off the wagon yesterday and they just they fell off the turnip, whatever that is. Right. That old saying, Yeah. That's not the case with these guys. These guys have been around the block. They know what's up.
Fact.
They got to know when they see intelligence operatives too, because 100. That's the kind of circles they kick it with too. Mm. Like Trump was mentored by who was it? Ray Cohn?
Is that right?
The Cohn. Let's go pull him up real quick too. But you see what the distractions that the distractors were distracting themselves with today also was the Aaron Rodgers, Jimmy Kimmel garbage, right? Did you see about that?
Oh, you talking about Jimmy Kimmel talking about suing Aaron Rodgers for alleging that he was on that list?
And the media, MSNBC and all the rest, all just jumping onto Aaron Rodgers and saying that he's an idiot and blah 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 blah. This is also by design for more of their distraction nonsense. Because one thing we know that Jimmy Kimmel doesn't care anything about is the victims in any of this or injustice. He doesn't care if the only thing he's worried about is that he had skin in the game, which he said he didn't. Which okay, he didn't have skin in the game, but that's the only thing that he's upset about is that he was getting tossed into it. Instead of being upset that there's not being justice doled out, that there's still these predators out here that were on these lists that the information isn't being revealed to the public. It's the only thing he's not.
No, I feel you.
They sweeping everything under the rug.
Yeah.
And giving us Aaron Rodgers, probably because of the stance that Aaron Rodgers had during the Stupid 19. I think that's why they're bringing him back out again.
Aaron Rodgers started looking like Negan after a while. What's going on, Montoya? He started looking like Negan, yo. That is hilarious. Oh my goodness gracious. Ah, man. But yeah, so Don't expect nothing more of that, y'all. They're gonna probably run that into the ground over the weekend while they distract from something else, and then it'll be on to the next one.
Which is wild because I think it's by design. I think that Aaron Rodgers is just playing his part and all of that. You know, I wouldn't think so otherwise, but the fact that Aaron Rodgers is Bill Gates' cousin, that leads me to believe that he's just playing his part because we know where Bill Gates was. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So why would he need? They said, hey, let's play into the distraction.
It's true. That's true. I agree. So, well, tell me guys, by Sunday this should not be a story. Just what it's going to be. I wouldn't be surprised if another event happened tomorrow or Saturday. Just saying.
I think that we're gonna be back to the shipping vessels, the Iran. I think all that stuff will be popping up next, most likely.
Think so?
Yeah, because they've been going on about Iran recently, and I think we're gonna go right back to that because of the they just had the what's his name? They just had Iran or ISIS or whatever claiming responsibility for that suicide attack.
Right, they did have that. You're right. You're right about that.
They just had that today.
Yeah,
like they just had them claiming responsibility.
Right.
So now we're into the next war cycle with that, and it was the biggest event against Iran since 1979's bombings and attacks and revolutions and stuff like that. It was the biggest surprise attack they've had in a long time. And they just now said, "Oh, we're taking claim for it." So why in the world would they pull a stunt like that in the midst of all this other humdrum going on over there? It's just going to be something else that sparks off, and that's the powder keg that they needed.
A new jumping off point, a bigger jumping off point.
That's exactly what I'm trying to get at.
Yeah.
Another jumping off point for it, to just keep it smoldering over there, because when things were starting to cool down, they said let's ignite these fires again, and we all know who that particular group was helped out by Rambo back in the day.
Right, exactly.
Rambo window. I've seen Rambo Part 3. You teach them a couple things.
Right. My man Mike Has Bad Knees is an A1 member. Welcome, sir. Welcome. And you too can become an A1 member for a cup of coffee a month. Hit that join button on YouTube, and you can, become an A1 member and support the channel. I think what I'm going to start doing, Jay, is when we start talking about spicy shit, something that's not like super spicy stuff, or just like, content that
might be questionable.
Something like that. We're going to take it to members only.
Okay.
We'll take it to members only. To give all our members some kind of incentive. Like, hey, all right, we about to talk about. I don't know. It's
getting harder and harder. We have to have new code words every day. Did you see those cookies and biscuits? Yeah, man.
Right. We about to look at this signed calendar I got from Kim Klasick, guys. Headed to members only. Yeah, she hit me on Twitter last night and was like, "I'm just seeing this," because I clipped that whole rant I did on the calendar and I clipped it. So she was like, "I just seen this. I'm just seeing this." So she was like, "DM me your address and I'll send you a signed copy." So
why does it sound like a sliding in the DM story? But it's not.
So I was like, "All right, cool." So I sent it the PO box, and I'll be getting my signed copy soon.
Right. Cannon with the whole see what had happened was story jumping off.
I don't want no smoke. I don't want no smoke at all. That's all I'm saying.
Man.
I'm just your friendly neighborhood Hotep. Asking you shall receive. I was like, yo, can I get a sign? I was going to buy the copy and have her sign it. She's like, I just send you one. I was like, that's cool with me.
Salute. Did you have her on the show yet?
Who, Kimberly Klasick? No, I feel like I'm not a big enough channel yet for that name. H.J. did though. It was a really good interview. It was cool to hang out with her in Vegas, like not this past HotepCon, but the one before. She was super cool. I wanted to see her and Sonny debate, but that didn't happen. Not even debate. I think she's supposed to win on Sonny's channel, and it didn't happen. I don't know. Someone be trying to big time you, Montoya. Like, for example, right? I don't think I shared this with people. Dr. Shiva was supposed to come on here. He reached out to me. Yeah. And was like, yeah, I think we should talk. And I was like, all right, cool. So he said, all right, I'm gonna have my people contact you. They contacted me. I filled out the little shit they wanted me to fill out, and then they fucking did a 180 like, well, he doesn't really have a lot of time right now, but if you came to a couple of rallies, I was like, man, here we go. It's like, no, thank you. HJ warned me. I was like, well, we'll see what happens. If I can get him on, that'd be cool, Griff. If not, whatever. So I was like, I'm not doing all that. Y'all asked me. I didn't approach you. I'm a fan of Dr. Shiva's. I was rocking with Dr. Shiva back when the whole pandemonium jumped off, when he was going hard about it on Sam Tripoli's podcast, Tenfold Hat. That's when I first heard of him, and I was like, oh, this dude kind of he based, and he's pretty smart. But he's like, yeah, we should talk. I was like, all right, cool, yeah, whatever. And then that never happened. Guess I'm not a big enough channel. I don't know.
No, big. Well, big things are pop. Is there any kind of growth going on over here for right now? That's right this second. Like with your channel personally, is there something? Has it been moving, motivating, or whatever going around? What's his name? Did this mess show up right?
What are you talking about?
For your channel, is the growth? Is the algorithm showing? Growing? Yeah, is it showing to more people lately or something?
I mean, kinda. Like I think I had like 50 more subs. I think this month, but it's like I still get shadow banned a lot.
Well, I guess the topics get so spicy.
They get spicy,
with the general public,
especially now. Because look what they doing in Temple. They don't even want you talking about news. The Courtroom put it out there too. They don't even want you talking about news like that.
Oh, it's only left to MSNBC.
Yeah. So if you're an outlet or a streamer that's known for talking about current events and news, they stifle that shit more. There's numbers that have started to dwindle because of that.
He got 1 million subs, doesn't he?
Yeah, he do. So luckily he has that base that's still going to go look for him regardless. But it's like, but they saying they still not, their engagement is like dropped dramatically.
That's wild.
Right. So imagine a channel like mine. It's the same thing. On top of them already suspending me 5 times in the last like 2 years for talking about stuff they don't want me to talk about. It's crazy. So what's this about? What you want, Bryson?
Oh yeah, that was in the only time I ever saw Tim Pool was, matter of fact, first time I ever seen him was just to tune in to see you and the Hoteps. That's it. I never seen or listened to him.
Now, like Bryson, I know I could probably get Bryson on here. I'm pretty sure I can. Bryson real cool. He down to earth. You know what I mean? I'm sure I could get Kimberly Classic on here too. I just ain't try. I'm sure I could reach out to her.
HJ was streaming earlier, and you were in there, and I was in there in the chat. So I told Bryson Gray that he should call in when he was talking to Goldstein. Goldstein was on there. Goldstein was on there. So I was like, go ahead and call in. And then I typed into this thing, and he said, anytime. So Bryson Gray and Jay Pollen, let's go. I don't know if he'll come through or not, but it'll be cool. And the HJ said, you the man, Jay. So I screenshotted that too. So appreciate you. Salute to Bryson and Cannon and HJ. And hopefully we all get to chop it up, have some intellectual discussions.
Yeah, Montoya said Dr. Shiva went hard on the vid. He did. He went hard on a lot of shit. I still think I still like his work and stuff like that. But he's a big fish, I guess you would call it. I don't know. I was like, dang. But yeah, I still like his content and stuff. You know what I mean? He just big time me a little bit. I expected it though. But I still reached out anyway. But I'm pretty sure I can get Kim Khaleesi going if I asked her. She follows me on like TikTok and she follows me on Twitter and all that other stuff. I'm pretty sure I can. I just haven't done it yet.
Yeah, that'd be cool. I mean, if we have something topical. I mean, right now it's the what is it? The calendar.
Matt
chop
says
it up with her about the calendar.
Yeah, I could chop it about the calendar. Maybe I will and ask her, what it was about and how it came about and all that other stuff. You feel me? That'd be kind of dope.
And then you could bring Bryson on and he could start yelling at her. That'd be cool
I don't think she's gonna go the way of the redhead devil.
What was that? What's that girl's name?
Josie, the redheaded something.
What's libertarian?
Yeah. Matt Earth said Dr. Shiva too hard sometimes. We got a Jonah. We got a troublemaker Jonah. I don't think Dr. Shiva goes as hard as Jonah goes. Pause. Marcus Lower the builder. What's the deal?
Now there was she's on Timcast too.
Who?
Redhead. I don't know these characters.
I've seen her a couple. I've seen her a couple of times on there. I think she was just feeling herself on that. I think she's feeling herself on that. The thing yesterday with Alex Stein. I think that's what it was. But she definitely misrepresented herself and made herself look horrible with all of that.
With all of what?
With the whole like, give Bryson some beer too, because he's effeminate or whatever. They were trying to allude to. He's like, you dress like a whore. I was like, damn.
Yeah, so did she ask him if he knows how to change the batteries on a smoke detector too?
Oh, Jay, here he go.
Is that what she said? Did she say that?
Make sure mine wasn't going on. She asked him, like, she was, what happened? What'd she say? She was like, if a woman leaves you alone, why wouldn't you leave her alone? Like, that's a sign of something. She's like, is your father in the house? Like, I'm like, oh my God, you sound like an asshole. Have a father. Right. You sound like an asshole right now. Like, I'm sure the way you sound right now, you sound really bitter. Like, and then I found out she's single, and there's nothing wrong with single women. There's nothing wrong with single mothers. There's a lot of single mothers, and a lot of single mothers are single because of the shit that the father did, the shit that the baby daddy did.
Oh, okay.
Right? Let's be real about that. But there are a lot of single mothers out there because the baby father couldn't fucking take the single mother's attitude.
I see.
I'm just saying. I know a few girls.
Maybe you have that one story that you always go back to.
Ass. Which one is that?
The friend of yours that can't be with the one woman that had the kids and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, my homeboy. Yeah, his kids. Yo, she was a nut. She was a fucking nut. A nut. And was pissed that he didn't want to be with her. And he's like, I'll deal with you on the strength of the kids, but I can't deal with you. I remember because I got married and he was in my wedding and he had stitches and he had to use fucking concealer because she fucking kicked him through the. She kicked him through the car window, bro. He got in his car and she fucking put a Timberland boot through that bitch and hit him square in the face. Stitches.
There's some. I mean, okay, so living in a military town. We're not trying to drag women over here. We love women, but living in this military town over here, you hear some horror stories. There was this woman last year? Her, soldiers. You know how soldiers do, right?
Yeah.
They get deployed. They get restationed. Have to go to places for more training, right? They might be like, hey, you have to go to Kentucky for like 2-3 months or whatever,
right,
for more training and blah 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 blah. So I don't even think he was deployed overseas. Maybe he was deployed in the States, but a soldier went to one of the other states and he had 2 kids, like a 5-year-old and a 4-year-old or whatever, right? Man, this lady went out and just partied every day, brought and had the pantry filled with like Twinkies and stuff like that. He come in, the lights off at his house. They showed the dude too. It was sad. He was on TV crying. He was like, I love my children. I can't believe she did this. She was just gone all the time, just out partying.
She was all getting reamed out.
And he came back home and it was just the kids in there by themselves.
She was all getting reamed out. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But that's the thing, man. It's like, back to the whole thing with her and them, and then you got Alex Stein. He just a master shit stirrer. He just kept stirring that shit up. He was simping just a bit. Damn, she just, hold on, what is it? I'll look at that in a second. But yeah, so like, I lost my train of thought.
You said Alex Stein.
Oh, Alex Stein, he was kind of
over
simping
the
a little
redhead
bit. He was
girl.
simping a little bit.
And wasn't taking up Bryson's side at the start when Bryson was the first one to get attacked by her, but he made it sound like he came out first blows or whatever that was.
Yeah, and it wasn't. She took the first. She drew first blood, and he was defending himself. But I mean, I think that was just. I mean, he wanted good television. He wanted a good stream, and them going back and forth with each other is just what that was. But yeah, I think she misrepresented herself very, very poorly. But she represented herself very poorly, and she should have just been like, all right, see you guys later, and left it at that. But she wanted to, take jabs, almost like she looked at him like he was just a weak dude. You know what I mean? And then she started taking offense to the shit that he was saying. I'm like, yo, you started it. You started it. So I told y'all she had crazy eyes, y'all. I told y'all she had crazy eyes. Oh man, hold on. Let's see. Also, all right, that's what's up.
Sauce, what's up, Sauce? Played it beautifully for his own channel. I'm gonna catch up on y'all. Did any super chats come through?
That's what's up. I'll talk to you about that later. It just happened.
All right.
No super chats came through. We just got to send it to Loki, and Mike has bad knees. But yeah, I'm telling you, that's just crazy. And all over a calendar, Jay. That's the funny part. That I didn't think that was that big of a deal.
No, not really. It's not, but not to you to whatever. But in a way, I see Bryson Gray as doing something good too, in the way that he's trying to push the conservatives to take a look at it and see if they need to nip this in the bud before it gets any further. Because we do see a conservative party that's like, okay, so necessarily neither you nor I nor most of the Hoteps are politically aligned. Like we don't have, like, I don't have a seat in the Republican Party or the conservative movement or any of that. Like ideologically, I'm just Hotep, same as most of us watching the stream, right? But some of the things there's a lot of things that we can agree on, though, that come out of the conservative field. Or sometimes in that shift, you see that shift that happens sometimes with libertarian. So I just see what he did too was just bringing or drawing attention to the fact that maybe they should nip this in the bud, because what are the conservatives conserving at this point?
Right.
If you're not conserving, or you're not conserving money, we're spending money on all this crazy stuff that we got going on, or you're not conserving the women, or you're not dressing conservatively, you're not speaking conservatively.
Right.
Where's the litmus on this? Where's the limits to this? And where's it headed? And I think that's just a good point to have if you want to have somebody bring that up, I think, every now and then.
Yeah, no, I agree. And
put that that mirror, that mirror of self-reflection.
Yeah, and I get what he was doing, and I said he wasn't wrong in his convictions. People wanted to chastise him. I thought, I was like, yo, I think he might be a little extra, but at the same time, it's like, I get it. I completely understand. There's been times where, I'm going to church, and I think my wife looked just fine, right? I don't think she's looking at her mother be like, now, that dress a little too tight for church. You know what I mean? And me, I'm like, I don't see a big deal. Like, you know what I mean? But I'm a guy.
I'm like, yeah, girl.
Right, I'm like, oh, she look good. She look nice. My wife look great. And, her mother be like, and her aunt be like, that dress just a tad too tight for church. You know what I mean? Because they traditional, Christian women, My wife, she young. But in the grand scheme of things, like I said, you got some women that be out here trying to get the pastor's attention, all cleavage, all the time, just out there, loving every minute of it. You know what I mean? But I didn't see a problem with it. I wanted you to check this out, Jay, right? You ready? This shit is crazy to me. Check this out. We got to go to it now. Make sure you can see it real fast. Did I do this right? Share screen. All right, cool. Here we go. Let's see. All right. Let me see. All right, so I've been seeing memes about this, but I hadn't really looked at it to see what the deal is. So we all about to watch this shit together.
That's from the harrowing scene in a Las Vegas courtroom, a defendant lunging at the judge who had just sentenced him. Here's Kana Whitworth.
This is the moment a defendant who had just been sentenced attacked a Las Vegas judge. And tonight, that man is now behind bars, facing over a dozen charges, including extortion and battery.
I'm good. Are you all right?
You know how mad you got to be to leap that high in the air over? Have you ever been? You've been in a courtroom, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like where the judge sits at, it's kind of elevated. He dove over that shit, bruh.
I just smashed my head into the wall.
Deobra Redden appearing in court Wednesday, a repeat offender. He had pled guilty to attempted battery with substantial bodily harm. The 30-year-old telling Judge Mary Kay Huthis he didn't think he deserved another trip to prison.
I feel that I shouldn't be sent to prison for a second time.
The judge reminding Redden of his lengthy criminal record.
3 felonies, a gross, 9 misdemeanors, multiple DVs. Got a lot going on, sir.
Redden saying he was working to turn his life around, but Judge Holthus denying his request for probation.
I appreciate that, but I think it's time that he get a taste of something else because I just can't with that history. In accordance with the laws of the state of Nevada, this court
Redden then leaping over the bench, landing on top of the judge and brawling with court officers.
Yo, the reflexes and the reaction time by the bailiff and everybody else was terrible.
He already announced what he was going to do when he said, "Oh nah, f that. Here we go."
Right,
Is
like
that not what he just said?
Nobody tried to stop him. Nobody tried to stop him. The crazy part, he's sitting there, he up there pleading his case, and he goes, well, I'm changing my life around. I've been reading, and I'm really sorry, and I don't think I should go to jail. And she goes, nah, I don't believe you. You're gonna serve some time. And he said, bitch, I kill you. And he jumped over the thing like, yo, that's crazy.
His attorneys. Minutes later, Judge Holthus standing up.
She's shaken up, as most people would be. A couple of bruises, but I'm very, very happy that she's okay.
Was also injured in that attack. Redden refusing to show up to court today to face these additional charges. He has another hearing set for next week. David.
Yo, the bailiff, you're right, Montoya. The bailiff should be fired. He should have hit him. He should have intercepted that man like Ray Lewis on goal line defense.
Mm-hmm.
He tried to go over the top like Barry Sanders. He should have met him in the hole like Lawrence Taylor.
Yeah.
If I'm the bailiff. He should have never got a hand on that judge. Everybody was just lackadaisical. I'm happy he ain't had no weapon or nothing. He could have stabbed her up or nothing like that.
Right.
That's crazy.
Man.
That's crazy, yo. The bailiff should have filled the gap like Lawrence Taylor and met that nigga in the hole. And he didn't.
LT. Shout out to LT.
Matt said bailiff in trouble, night court's a bitch. Oh man, Joe Beard says the how to turn 1 year into 20 year in one leap. Bro looked like Jazzy Jeff getting kicked out the house. Oh my gosh. Yeah, you know how furious you gotta be to make that jump?
He could have had a spot in the NFL.
He cleared the bench. Oh my gosh. Yeah, and it takes some time. Like, I mean, I'm not saying he couldn't clear that distance fast, but it was enough time for somebody to get to him before he got there. I'm just saying. Oh my gosh. Oh man, that is crazy. What up, Kid? Kid Gravity in the building. What's the deal? If you're not subscribed to Kid Gravity, he be putting in that work, yo. He be out that bitch like a morning talk show host. He be on his Ricky Lake. No, I'm just fucking with you. My man Kid Gravity, yo, his channel pretty dope. I listen to him in Black Light Revelations, and I listen to P Dog Night in the mornings when I'm working. Oh man, that's crazy. I didn't know what the story was behind that. Now we know. That's crazy. So he was in court for battery, for assault and battery, and some other shit. And he was pleading his case. She wouldn't believe him, and then he proceeded to tack on some more assault and battery charges. Oh, you gotta love the shine. You gotta love the shine. Oh my gosh. Fuego says maybe the bailiffs wanted to see if he could clear the bench. They asses got caught off guard. What happened? The video showed the bailiff not paying attention just before she read the sentence. He probably was looking at his phone. Probably doing a whole bunch of shit other than that. Now they probably all got to have a meeting. Everybody got to sit down and take a class because of this one bailiff that wasn't paying attention. You know what I mean? This shit is crazy, bro. Carlton said he could have been a high jumper in the Olympics.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Yeah, the sporting chance. Maybe he did play a little bit, and that's why he got mad, because they cut him. Cut him when he cut his coach.
Street says, if you ever been to a sentencing in court, everybody is ready, set, go when the sentence is given.
There's all kind of reactions.
Oh, they all meeting, boy. They all meeting. I guarantee that email went out immediately. Every sheriff in the county probably had to go to that meeting, and they all got a fucking tongue lashing because of this one guy. Telling you. Oh my gosh, he fucked up. Cause that story could have went two ways. It could have went the way we just watched it, or it could have been some epic NFL greatest hit shit where the bailiff just met his ass in the hole and boom, just took him down like with a hit stick. But it ain't go that way. Now this judge is all over the news getting pummeled.
Man.
Could you imagine if it was a black woman and her wig was all over the place and she still had the stocking cap on?
Why are you trying to make it worse? Hearing is wrong for that. Don't.
Could you imagine that? It was a black woman. Oh my gosh. Wig done flew off. She still got a stocking cap on. Oh man, oh man, oh man.
What's going on?
Did you see the attorney swing on him while he was being held down? No, I didn't even see that. Oh my gosh, man.
I was trying to text the manual. No, I don't know who Suspicious Observer is.
Suspicious Observer? Is somebody in the chat or something?
No. Emmanuel was asking me if I ever watched it. It's a YouTube channel, I think.
Oh, Suspicious. So where is that? Is that it's not the person, like, it's not the people like audit the audit, is it? I can't stand that shit.
No, it's one of those, I think I don't really know what channel it is. I've never seen it before, but I think that it's one of those space weather channels, maybe. I'm really not quite sure. I don't know. I could be wrong. But I was just trying to answer him, let him know. Nah, I don't know who that is.
Unc would have got him for sure, just waiting to put a boot to the shine. Unc would have had the nightstick out. Unc would have been there with the nightstick, like. Unc would have clotheslined the shit out of with the nightstick. Bow. Waiting for a day like that.
I remember Unc's story where he said one time this guy was jawing off at me so much he said, take that badge off, and I said, okay, the badge is off. Now what?
Oh yeah, that's right. He did tell that story when he was in jail. Oh man, that is funny.
He said, because that guy kept keeping on, and he wouldn't stop. So I said, all right, the badge off now. Now what?
Monique said, what if the bailiff was distracted applying for another job? If he better put his application out there now, because he might not be a part of the sheriff's office no more. How you let that happen? Because the bailiff should be like right there. It should have been nothing for him to stop that. Right? Every time I go to court, the bailiff, like, he ain't far from the bench. He like right at the end. He's like right there. You know what I mean? I'm just saying.
Everyone gets a little lackadaisy here and there.
Yeah, I guess maybe that never happens, and he was just like
situational
just
awareness,
boring, and he just all that shit just went by the wayside. Now everybody got to be on alert. They're gonna take everything. You know? Your phones can't be in there. Walkie-talkies, gotta have that on. I guarantee he got some new protocols. I guarantee it.
Loki said they give a daily weather report on the sun. Okay, I haven't seen that.
Oh shit! So you saying they know what the solar flare stuff is?
Suspicious observers here on YouTube. His name is Ben, and he talks about the upcoming pole shift. Oh my goodness,
that's gonna fucking make me paranoid. Tyler Rose, that's gonna make me paranoid. Oh my gosh. The end of the world is coming. The CIA knew about it. They redacted the book.
You brought that up one time.
It was on the Y Files. So shout out to Emmanuel with the Y Files. The Y Files. That was the first episode I ever watched of the Y Files. Was that shit? The Doomsday Book or whatever it was, or the CIA knowing the end of the world or whatever. It's gonna be like some cataclysmic pole shift where everything just go crazy. And we all gonna be in some like younger Dryas. Is that what they called it when like the world ended for the dinosaurs and stuff?
The dinosaurs.
Anybody called it the younger Dryas? Is that what it's called?
I don't know.
I think that's what it's called. If I'm not mistaken. I'm just saying. Oh man. Sauce the Prophet in the building. I appreciate you. We got 32 over on Rumble. We got 74 over on YouTube. Hit that like button, guys. Please get them thumbs up, guys. Could use that boost because YouTube ain't trying to help a brother. Help me get on this algorithm, especially over on YouTube. Get 73 likes in here, please. Just saying. Help a brother out. So let's check this out. So Donnie T has appealed to the Supreme Court to keep him on the ballots.
That's what's up.
Back here at home into the race for the White House, late today, former President Trump officially asking the Supreme Court now to overturn the decision by Colorado Supreme Court to remove him from the ballot there. Trump wants the nation's highest court now to ensure he will appear on primary ballots across this country. And in Iowa tonight, Ron DeSantis, and the moment with a voter there asking, with Trump 30 points ahead in Iowa, why won't DeSantis take Trump on more directly? Here's Rachel Scott tonight.
Tonight, Donald Trump formally calling on the Supreme Court to throw out a Colorado court's ruling blocking him from appearing on the state's ballot. That Colorado court citing the 14th Amendment.
I want y'all to notice this comment right here from Carolina Cat. I guess, I don't know, the Carolina Cat, or whatever the fuck her name is. Oh, hell no, he participated in causing insurrection against America. The 14th Amendment says he cannot hold office. If you don't honor the Constitution, then we can take away the guns. Here we go with this bullshit.
the Rachel Maddow's biggest fan.
Oh my gosh, this is crazy. The real Carol Anna. You only get the real kid. Shut up. This is shit I be talking about, yo. This is the shit I be talking about. People just regurgitating stuff just to regurgitate it. He couldn't have participated in an insurrection if he was found innocent of participating in an insurrection. He's found innocent in there, which means that you're the state of Colorado and any other state that's trying to take him off the ballot in spite of him being found innocent of that is committing treason. Just saying.
Juneteenth is coming up.
Juneteenth is coming up, and if it's a nice day, I'm gonna cook out. Goddamn it!
It's that gematria. They picked the 6 for everything. 1-6.
Ridiculous. Oh, did you do the numbers for the year?
No, I gotta compare it to this wood. So this is the year of the wood dragon. We just left the year that what was the year of the what? The double rabbit or whatever that was called.
Okay.
Remember that?
Yeah.
And everything was supposed to be in doubles and stuff. Now we got enter into the year of the wood dragon. So I'm going to double check to see what all kind of synergy and synergistic stuff they got going on for that. I think we're going to have an election, though. This is my, I'm going to toss this out. I think we have an election based on the esoteric principles or nature of alchemy. And like for the elite, the amount of energy that people, you know, the sheep, the masses, they give all this energy out there to the process, and that gets transmuted through the places that we go to or that we're drawn towards to vote at. You know, that energy turns into a win for the elite off the bat. Is if we vote, we're sending out energy at our courthouse, we're sending out this energy at the schools and the sites of public worship. And 2 of those locations have become synonymous with the shootings lately. And I think that maybe there's a part of that cosmic energy that's transmuting from an alchemical process for the elite.
Gotcha.
Because that remember that Dylan, the name Dylan means of the sea, or beast of the sea, basically. Dylan means beast of the sea, and every time these characters pop up, they're named Dylan. And I think that they're just in a subconscious way, maybe in an esoteric way, in an occult way, maybe we're looking at this as being the next rise of the beast out of the sea of Revelation, and that's what they're getting at. And so I think that they're making way through it for us with all these Dylans. But that's my goofy on tight take on the election process. I think it's an alchemical process.
Montoya said they're trying to erase alchemy. What you think about that? You think they're trying to?
Well, I think with the kind of, so like the energy that somebody can give to you, like supposedly, like the negative energy, like if you don't react back to it, that stays in balance of force, and then you can force that back on that person at another time. I believe that's one of the thought processes that go by vibrational frequencies. Like in the way, since our body, so even though it sounds a lot like pseudoscience in a way, but our body is made up primarily of the water. And when we talk about like even in that show Airbenders, right? They're able to bend different things using the will of different things, or the force, right? And we talk about how things are affected by water. If most of our body is comprised of water, then when Hayamoto, or was it Dr. Hayamoto that did the experiment, they talked me to the water, and then they checked it via the microscope later, and they saw that it started looking darker, it started looking polluted just by the vibrational frequency of the negativity coming out of the person's mouth. But when they said, I love you, water, there's love in you, I love you, Jesus loves you. You know, there's all these words that hit us with these vibrational sensations that happen on our ears, and there's a chemical change that happens at a subconscious level and at other vibrational levels that take place. And I think it's the same way that people pick up when you're out amongst people. Like if I come up to you and I tell you something, then your ear gets that frequency, and then it resubmits it. So if I come up to you and I'm like, I hate you, man, what is that? That's negative energy coming at you. And if you don't respond back to it, then you can do something positive in that direction too. And you see that often in the Christian landscape. Someone come up to you, I hate you, man. And just say, turn the other cheek. Jesus loves you. I love you. It's a different change in the vibrational frequency that you're putting out there.
Yeah, it's
and I think
like
that maybe for the elite that are these occultists, we've been talking all day about Epstein and stuff like that. That negative energy that they build up, they have behind the scenes. What does that transmute to, and where does that go, and how does that flow out? So I think that's why there's sites of public worship, these sites of Caesar, the courthouse, these sites of supposed learning, the schools. That's why they send us to these places to vote, to give us this energy that goes out. And people get all worked up. People still have DJT. People still have that syndrome to this day. That's why they talk about it constantly. Why are they talking about Donnie T? He's not even in office. Right. Why are they so afraid of him? There's all this energy and working themselves up over something.
Yeah.
But that's just another little, we're practically all water.
That's right. And
water-based life form.
Mr. Street says universal attraction is real. That's why this country is upside down now. Justine said, who was they? The collective. Mad Earth Theory says, we talking the Kabbalion. The Kabbalion, isn't that a book? Or is there a book about the Kabbalion? I feel like somebody told me to download that and I never did it. Yeah, Destination Storm saying Pharmakia. I roughly am familiar with Pharmakia. I couldn't tell you what it is. I remember my man ODD TV doing an entire stream on or not stream but video on Pharmakia. Actually did the stream on Pharmakia when the Cove base became more and more real, as far as them putting us on lockdown and stuff like that. For every action, there is a reaction. If you do not react, then the universe has to take action in your place. It's interesting. So I need to learn all that stuff, y'all. I need to learn all of this stuff. Anyway. But yeah, let's keep going with this Donnie T stuff. We got off track.
Which bans an officer of the United States who swore an oath to the Constitution and engaged in insurrection from holding office. Tonight, Trump's lawyers arguing the president is not an officer of the United States, adding what happened on January 6th was not insurrection, and President Trump in no way engaged in insurrection. Finally, Trump asking the Supreme Court to return the right to vote for their candidate of choice to the voters. Here in Iowa, voters will soon have their say. Trump leads by 30 points. And today, Florida Governor Ron DeSantis pressed on why he isn't hitting Trump harder.
Why haven't you gone directly after him? Polls are down. He's, up really high.
What do you mean by going directly after?
I mean, you're in my viewpoint, you're going pretty soft on him.
I think the narrative is this. I think what the media wants is they want Republican candidates to just kind of like smear him personally and kind of do that. That's just not how I roll.
Meanwhile, in New Hampshire, polls show former South Carolina Governor Nikki Haley pulling into second place and now finding herself the target of new Trump attacks.
Gotta say I love it because I know that means he sees what we're seeing. But literally, these temper tantrums that he's having and these commercials that I'm seeing that you're watching, every one of them is a lie.
And David, President Biden is expected to travel to two deeply symbolic places to draw direct contrast with Donald Trump. On the third anniversary of January 6th, the president will deliver remarks near Valley Forge, that historic site where George Washington commanded the troops during the Revolutionary War. And then on...
That's interesting. So Biden's going to give a speech on Juneteenth? That's what, Saturday?
Coming up, yeah.
Oh, it's coming up.
Saturday. You're right.
Keep a lookout on that day.
Monday, President Biden expected to speak inside that historic black church in Charleston, South Carolina, where 9 people were gunned down by a white supremacist. His campaign says this is meant to send a message about what's at stake this election.
You're going to just use the same old nonsense about democracy is at risk. Democracy must be rebuilt. And we live in a republic.
I need to know how Nikki Haley is 15 points behind Trump.
These are selections, not, you know what I'm saying?
Like, how? Like, I need to know this. Like, she is no way. It's no way. Like you said, this is selections. They just manufacture those numbers.
Yeah. Same thing they did with the Mitt Romney back in the day over Ron Paul, who was winning in every event he went to. But they couldn't have Ron Paul.
The collective is supporting Nikki Haley. That's where our money's coming from.
Mm-hmm.
That's where our money's coming from.
She
Same
might
people
be
that's
that woman,
manufacturing these poll numbers.
She might be that woman in the painting, maybe.
Justine said they polled preschoolers. It doesn't make sense, yo. It doesn't make sense. I'm like, how she pull a surge ahead like that? They about to make a play. I'm telling you. Then you have Vivek. I think he said that he got a special announcement on the 15th, which that is the day of the Iowa caucuses, which is really interesting.
His announcement.
That's what yeah.
What if he gonna announce his running mate?
What if his running mate is Donnie T? And he said, I'm going to step back and I'm going to run for vice president. Or if they are successful with getting Donnie T off the ballots and Donnie T becomes the vice president, he has him run as vice president, and then Donnie T runs as president in 2028. Yo, that'd be crazy.
I mean, they could just be trying to. This is what I think, though. I think that they're trying to push. I think they're trying to push Nikki. Nikki's not going to win, but I think they're trying to push Nikki out there into the forefront to try to talk or bend Donnie T's ear into having her as his running mate. But he's probably looking at Christy. Either he's looking at Christy Noem. I think there could still be a wild card maybe with Tulsi out there. If he gives her a call up and says, hey, maybe they'd like to see you again, Tulsi, can you come through? But I think he's going to need like a strong person with them, a strong presence with them going up against Kamala. And Mike Pence, remember they did the whole fly on his head and that he wasn't paying right attention at the right time. And she kept on saying, listen, you don't mansplain to me, and all the other nonsense tricks that she was pulling. Well, she won't be able to pull any of that with a strong woman up there.
No, of course not. Of course not.
You don't know what it's like to be in my woman's shoes. No.
Man, listen. It's all nonsensical. It's all theater now. This is all it is. They're making they're just throwing Hail Marys after Hail Mary after Hail Mary right now. Like, they're really taking them off the ballot and just hoping that it sticks with no like legal precedent or anything. They just trying everything at this point. And that's why I was saying it may not even be an election. They may try to sabotage that. If we can't fortify, we'll crash that shit into the ground. Let's go bomb somebody so we can go and have a reason to not have an election.
We just sent our Secretary of State, Anthony Blinken. We sent him back to the Middle East just now.
That guy.
Yeah, we just sent him back right after that because of that what's his name that just happened? The General, whatever that dude's name is.
Oh, the dude that just got taken out?
Yeah. So we're sending him right back over there, and he's supposed to stay there until the 11th.
I forgot the name. What's his name? O'Rory.
Okay.
Al O'Rory. That's his name. You're going to give him that 308 this summer? I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. Like, 2024 is off to such a crazy start right now. I'm hoping that we're all wrong, or we're just speculating, just making shit up, and that the shit that we seeing is not a thing. But I don't know. We ain't been wrong. Our batting average has been pretty fucking high. I'm just saying, the batting average has been pretty high. So I don't know. Maybe something happens at the border this weekend. Maybe something happens at that speech he's going to give. Maybe as he goes to give a speech at this black church in South Carolina, another church event happens. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, this is where we give our attention to at the end of these elections. We headed straight to sites of worship and schools and courthouses.
Right. I don't know, man. It's crazy. Like, I don't know. Like I said, I hope we don't get no Red Dawn scenario, bro. I swear I don't. I hope they don't be like, yo, we can't beat them, turn the lights out.
Can't beat them, turn the lights out.
I'm serious. I just really hope not, man, because you got Leave the World Behind, you got the Civil War movie, you got a bunch of stuff that's suggesting shit like that. And we all know that life imitates art. They use a lot of that stuff for predictive programming. Like I said, the COVID shit was word for word Contagion. If you go look at Contagion, it was like the script for the shit for 2020, and that movie was in 2011.
Let's see if I could find this picture. Probably don't have it available, but there was this painting that came out a long time ago that showed all these little kids in masks, and we're talking about a painting that was like put together back in the 60s, and it was a predictive programming picture. And it said all these children will be on their way to getting the, I was like, what? And nah, the internet's gonna be hard to find it on. They're gonna be trying to scrub that off of there. But I'm gonna figure it out, and I'll find it and send it to you.
Yeah, see if you can find it.
I got it saved on my other hard drive.
Speaking of that, I'm trying to get past the first episode of Dig.
Dig?
Yeah. Every time when I've been trying to watch it, I'm at work because like usually I ain't got shit to do at work, but it's been kind of busy. So every time I start it and I get into the show, I got to stop it and then go do some shit, and then I come back to it like, fuck, what the fuck happened in the show, and I got to start it over. I'm gonna get through it. You sent me, so I got what, 8 episodes so far? I think it is that you sent me.
I don't know. I think six. I think 6. Sent you the whole series.
It's right. It's on Skype. I'll look at it. I'll check it out. But I'm gonna try and get through it. If I don't get through it, hopefully I get through it this weekend, and then I can tell you about it or talk about it on Monday or something like that. So it seems like an interesting show, though. I want to know what the hell's going on with this kid. The kid that like they got locked in some kind of institution or some shit, like he's in Stranger Things. They keep saying he's the one for some shit, and I don't know what it is. I guess I'll find out as the episodes go on. But I'm gonna get to it. I like stuff like that.
Yeah, we haven't got to talk about our to a movie thing. Are we doing that or not?
Let's save that for. You know what? Let's do that Sunday, y'all. You down to do a stream Sunday?
Should be able to. We'll knock it out.
Yeah, we can knock it out. If you want to pre-record and then I edit it out, we can do that too.
The views of the
views and opinions. I forgot how that shit go. I still got it though. I still got the disclaimer saved, so I'll play it at the beginning if we want to pre-record and then I edit it, or we can go live.
I hate doing pre-recorded.
I do too.
Freestyle it. It's better to freestyle it.
I think so too. Because the editing takes forever, but I didn't know what kind of time you was on.
I see some people. It seems like they read from essays all the time, and I'm like, dang.
They are. That's
y'all
the thing.
Listen, you are losing me because you're not freestyling any of your thoughts. These are just like written down expressions of what you think. Like, what the heck is this?
Yeah, but that's the thing is they do though. They sit down, and they write a whole script where they have chat GPT do that shit.
I mean, it's cool sometimes. Like the Critical Drinker, like his thoughts are really cool, and I really like what he puts out there. Did you ever watch the Critical Drinker movie reviewer?
Never heard of him.
You never heard of Critical Drinker?
Nah.
Oh, you gotta check him out at least one time, and I'll send you a little something on there that I think is pretty cool. But yeah, his thoughts are always pretty deep on how he views Hollywood and what they've done. Yeah, it's been a year where Japan cinema has had a lot of hits, and someone in the chat was asking me about that earlier, and they were like, couldn't there be a contrast between what we talk about as Hollywood isn't doing it, but Japan is? Because Japan's been putting out some good stuff, good content. And I said, yeah, but I don't think that really I can't see like the most of America just falling all over the place for Japanese content though either. When it homegrown, a lot of people don't mess with subtitles. Do you mess with subtitles? You do mess with the ones that are dubbed?
I mess with the ones that are dubbed. Like I'll read if I gotta read the subtitle, I'll do it. It's not a big deal. It's almost like after a while, I'm not reading it. It's like I understand what the hell going on without reading the subtitle, but I'll read the subtitle. Yeah. Yo, this video that Tim Pool just posted is fucking crazy. It's in the Philly subway. And these two dudes, like, they fighting. I don't know who started it or what. I don't even know if I want to. I can't show this.
It's too crazy to show.
Yo, this motherfucker just got ran over by the train.
He got ran over.
So this big dude, my size, look like he got this little dude pinned up against one of the pillars. Now I don't know if the little dude was starting shit and the big dude just trying to, hold him there. The little dude get loose, and then he swung a haymaker and knocked the big dude down. The big dude fell and then fell off the platform onto the track as the fucking train was coming, and the train just fucking ran him over. What that's crazy. That's crazy. I can't show that shit on here. But good Lord. Tim Pool says, kind of looks like the dude was defending himself, though. So what happened? I want to know what the fuck happened, too. That shit's interesting. That is interesting. Jack Posobiec said it's like somebody was struggling over something. Then the taller guy says something with his hand on him. Nobody knows what the fuck happened. Yeah, he was defending himself from the bigger guy who had him pinned up. Weird take. So they're saying the little dude was trying to defend himself, but I don't know because the video just starts where it starts. So who knows? But that's crazy. The big dude got hit by he got ran over by the fucking train. That's crazy. You know what's crazier? It's the fact that we can see this shit on Twitter and we're like not fucking fazed. We see violence and stuff like that on Twitter. We see people get shot. We see people get stabbed, and we're so desensitized to this shit. Like, I should have a crazier response to like, damn, that shit crazy, right?
I don't know.
Versus just watching this shit happen.
Well, I mean, yeah, it's true in a way, but a lot of us.
The lady recording is sitting on the bench with her legs crossed. Like, I don't know. Let's see if we got some sound.
She just
maybe I can play this. Yeah, maybe I can let you see it. They can't see the shit though.
Well, from what we see in films and what some of us have lived or experienced in real and in person, a lot of us have seen a lot of stuff, especially with the way that society is degrading around us, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh heck, no, I don't want to look at that. He's on the Philly subway. I'm thinking you talk about the Amtrak.
No, that's what I meant. The Philly subway.
Getting tore up on the Philly subway.
Yeah.
Oh, that's rough, man. That's game over.
I won't show you it. I just want to hear it though. See what the fuck happened. I won't let you see it then. There we go. Let me see.
Play. X doesn't care what
you keep pump faking.
All kind of crazy stuff from time to time.
That's crazy though. So right, so Posobiec. I don't know. That's a weird. So Posobiec's take, right? Jack Posobiec's take is a man was thrown by a thug onto the tracks in Philly subway and killed by a train. So I just slowed it down a little bit, and y'all correct me if I'm wrong if y'all seen it. All right. It's a big white man. It's a big white guy. And it's a small old black dude. And the black dude hit the white dude in the face because the white dude had him pinned up against the pillar. I don't know what happened. I don't know what the context is. That's all I see. Right? So I don't know. Maybe the white man was hemming the black man up. Maybe the black dude was acting a fool. I don't know. But it also looks like nah, he wasn't. I thought maybe the black dude tried to stop him from falling too, but no. Dude hit him in the face twice. Dude falls, and he falls off the platform and gets hit by the train. But Jack Posobiec's first response is, man gets thrown by the train. Was just thrown by a thug. I don't want to make it a race thing. It's just interesting that he picked those words when it's the black dude that hit the white guy and knocked him onto the tracks.
This is why.
Maybe the black dude was a thug. I don't know. I just wish we had more context to go off of what happened.
We're inching closer and closer to that 1,000,000-man march. Only it's gonna be a bunch of white guys in red bow ties. That's they think day is coming because you're gonna have your white leadership singing "We Shall Overcome," and it's with all of the constant shift that they're trying to push towards it. That's what it's going to result in. You're going to have a lot of victimhood, or people that are going to start raising themselves on victimhood because they saw a lot of victimhood working for a lot of other people and a lot of other groups.
Yeah,
and the sympathy play.
Maybe he was albino. I don't know. All I know is that he kept pump faking like he was going to punch the little dude. The little dude punched him first. You know what I mean? And he fell off the tracks.
But is this not the way? Is this not the direction that we're headed, Cannon?
That is the direction we're headed.
That we're headed.
100%
Are we
right
not
with
headed
that.
there? Are we not going to see
I would say we there almost. We right around the corner.
Yeah, we got the Fed boys out there being silly,
yeah,
walking around. We all know that who the dudes in khakis are.
Yeah,
but when we start having the strong Christian nationalist movement and the strong, we're gonna get to that point where you're gonna have somebody else rise up out of that movement that's gonna come out and say I'm the chosen one here for my white brothers and sisters, and we've got to overcome. Especially because look at the way the shifting dynamics are coming into the country.
Mm-hmm.
The entire play was written by the Club of Rome back in the day, and now you have the dynamic shift where you have massive immigration taking place. You have the dynamic shift of cultural differences taking place. So that entire playbook that by 2060 or 2066, somewhere in through there, like the white population will be reduced in numbers head over heels, because you take a look at the amount of children being born to these couples right now. Most of these couples out here right now that are the left-leaning ones. They got the blue hair. They don't want to have the mattbabies. So I'm seeing this shift is coming, and it's going to be the Matt Walshes and others of this generation, or future Matt Walshes, that are going to be out here marching in the streets and singing "We Shall Overcome" songs. It's coming.
I mean, but I think you're right. I think the pendulum swinging we're going to see that real soon. I agree.
The victimhood is everything mentality that they're pushing, that you're seeing, the constant shift to we're victims. We can't even step outside because we're about to be attacked. Victimhood. Instead of the stand up for yourself, stand up for your family, stand your ground. They're leaning into the victimhood.
Right. No, I agree. Hey, Jason, what you talking about? I know Reaction PR sent me something a couple of days ago. Where is it at? It said breaking down massive police mobilization underway in Miami at Bayside Marketplace. You talking about the Bayside thing? I don't know what happened. I heard about it. Is that what it was a big ass brawl that broke out and the police had to go deal with that? What happened there? Let me see if I can't pull that up on Twitter real fast. Let's see.
Welcome to Miami.
Oh man, let's go to the bookmarks real quick now. All right, here we go. Boom. Make sure Jay can check it out. I need some quick keys so I can send it to you. There we go. So it says, this was a couple of days ago. Breaking massive police mobilization underway in Miami at Bayside Marketplace developing. Bayside Marketplace has 2-story open-air shopping center located in the heart of downtown Miami, Florida. One of the most popular attractions in Miami. Look at this shit. What happened? Like, all these police showed up for, they just made it seem like it was a little fight, but look at this shit. What? They must have had a shootout. That's like some cocaine cowboy shit right there. Look at the whole police force is there, Jay.
Yeah, it's like 100 cars pulled up.
Holy smokes. So what happened? What happened? According to Miami police, a large fight broke out involving several juveniles, some of whom may have been armed with some kind of sticks. Are we talking about Glocks with the sticks in them? Like, what the fuck? I don't think
some batons maybe.
Police are still continuing their investigation at this time. That many cops for juveniles with sticks, I'm not buying it. I don't think they're traditional sticks. It sounds like if that many cops showed up, they had Glock with switches and sticks on them. I'm assuming that's what it was. I guess we should go look it up real fast. Miami Bayside Marketplace. Let's go look it up real quick. Let's see, news. Let's just go to a local one and see what happens. They got I guess we'll wait for the Purdue video to go away. Maybe they'll tell us exactly what the hell happened. Oh shit, hold on, because Tyler Rose is talking.
Downtown Miami police flooding. And that breaking news we're following tonight is unfolding in downtown Miami police flooding the area near Bayside Marketplace tonight after receiving reports of a large fight involving several teens, possibly armed with sticks. This all happened around 8:30 tonight. Police say no injuries have been reported, but they have temporarily shut down Biscayne Boulevard between 2nd and 4th Streets, and they are asking people to avoid the area. Police also say some businesses were temporarily closed tonight so officers could go in there and clear the area. Again, this is all happening near Bayside in downtown Miami. Avoid the area if you can. Of course, we'll keep you updated on any developments as we learn them.
So is Bayside Marketplace like a really nice area? Is that like a really nice area? Tyler Rose says people were reporting that there were 7 and 8 foot giants 7 and 8 feet tall. You talking about like in history, or are they saying this shit now? I mean, yeah, we definitely had giants though. You know,
this site have actual videos of it. Looks like they were running up on people. It would look like it was like a group swarming everybody.
Well, that's what I was asking. Like, if this is a really nice area, then I can understand that police response. And it wasn't several teens. It was a fucking horde of teenagers.
Oh, did you get the pictures yet? Only 4 were arrested, but they were kind of like, I think what they were doing was they was group swarming people. And that's why they were like, so many calls were coming that there was like, probably felt like 100 kids at once were group swarming.
It's a lot of fucking kids, yo.
Go play that video real quick. It'll show down below it. Below it.
Just right here.
Yeah. When that egg gets off of it, it's got video of the kids swarming everybody. It's like a lot of kids. Maybe it's like 50 kids or something. Mm-hmm.
Wait till you find out about the redheaded giants, Tyler Rose. The redheaded giant, especially the ones that was in Ohio, apparently, that the Indians burned alive.
Oh, there you go.
They were trying to eat the Indians. Yo, that's a lot of fucking kids acting a fool, yo. This what happened when you don't beat your kid's ass.
Oh, they was stomping some random dude, right?
Yeah, don't run. I thought he was about to run after him. Like, don't be stupid. Gotta protect the money, right? That's a lot of fucking kids, yo.
So it was more like that.
Like why?
It was more like that swarm thing that they did a lot of last year, the year before that, when they used to text message each other and then all head out to one spot
like
at one time.
The flash mob shit.
The flash mob stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy. No, that should be happening here. It happened here. Remember I was telling you about that shit? They put up the stanchions and the fucking cattle gates and shit downtown because the 2 kids shot 2 people in front of the fucking police, and then one kid went and hid in the parking garage at the police station. It was crazy. It was 200 kids down there tripping.
The chief of police got robbed or something like that.
You already know in the building says North Korea just fired 200 missiles at South Korea. What? Bro.
Oh, shoot. Let me check this out.
Oh, my gosh. You serious?
They're firing shots towards them.
North Korea leader Kim Jong says he will, whatever, that's not that saying is. 5 hours ago, Russia steps up arsenal attack Ukraine. How put in North Korea and this fucking telling me about Russia? Russia using North Korean missiles to strike against Ukraine.
I guess they haven't hit. They're not trying to do any. They're not targeting anyone because they were just shooting them near a place that has 2,000 people staying at it. It says North Korea fired 200 rounds of artillery shells off the west coast towards the south. Immediately afterwards, South said that the civilians in the island, which is home to just 2,000 people, should evacuate. The South has condemned the move, saying that was a provocative act that they just made. In 2010,
I would say so.
The North fired scores of times at that same island and killed 4 people. The artillery shells did not enter the territory this time, however. So they were just firing them near this time, it looks like so far. That's jacked up, though. They are trying to see if they can spark something off, though, in a way, huh?
Yeah, because think about it, right? It's innocent until it hits something.
Yeah, we were just going to shoot it at the direction of that.
Yeah, we were just playing. We weren't trying to hit nobody. No, they doing this shit to provoke. They trying to provoke a response. They trying to provoke a response. I didn't touch you. I ain't touching you though. I ain't touching you though until you touch them. And then it's a fucking fight. That's what it sounded like to me. But this Miami shit, it happens here all the time. It happens here, and I'm not trying to downplay it because this shit's annoying. It's very annoying. It's very inconveniencing for people, and it's annoying. This is what happens when you don't discipline your kids. They act like this. I remember there was a story here in Baltimore, right, during the Freddie Gray riots. And this kid, like this, all the kids acting a fool down here, right? Tripping, bucking at the police, throwing shit at the police. This one lady was watching the news and she seen her son on the news acting up. And she went down there and fucking goon-handed his ass in front of all his friends and fucking picked his ass up by the scruff of his neck and the fucking hem of his drawers and took his ass home. And the funny part is that people got mad at her for how she reacted. I'm like, that's how you supposed to react. That's how you supposed to react. You don't discipline, you spare the rod, spoil the child. If you don't discipline your kids, this is what you get. Now let's just say your kid down here in Miami and he running around acting a whole fool, right, Jay? He down here at Bayside Marketplace acting a fool. And he do something stupid that one of the police officers find threatening and he get a hole in his fucking chest. Then what? You want to blame the police? You want to blame the police for your kid's poor decision because you didn't raise him or her the right way? My father told me all the time. He's like, "Yo, you know why I'm so hard on you?" He said, "Because if you could disrespect me, you could disrespect a cop, and a cop don't love you like I love you." That's what he used to tell me. And that's what this is. The kids don't have no respect for anybody. They don't have respect for the law. They don't have respect for their elders. They don't have respect for their parents. Yeah, they definitely memed that mom. She did the right thing. But that's the crazy part, is that we're gonna see more and more of this, especially when there is no consequence or repercussion behind the fuckery. I know Jay Powell kids ain't about to be out here acting no goddamn fool in these streets.
At nighttime, I gotta keep them babies in bed. Now, when they get to be those kids' age, nah. Man, shout out to my daughter. She just got the I'll get this little thing. Hold up. Go. Yes.
Let me see. Okay, student of the month, Texas Road. Dad, she got a Texas Roadhouse gift certificate. Let me get that. I love me some Texas Roadhouse.
Let's see. Yeah, my baby girl getting her Student of the month at her school. Very good job. Very proud. She read a lot of books and.
Oh, I got my ass whooped when I was out of line too. I got my ass whooped and then I got that talk.
Both of my.
I got my ass beat and then I got that talk after I got the ass whooping. That's how that go. But yeah, that's what's up. So y'all going to Texas Roadhouse to get y'all steak?
Man, she loves Texas Roadhouse. You know, that's her favorite restaurant.
It's my favorite restaurant, guys. One of them, especially that cinnamon butter with that bread.
Yeah, she goes crazy for the cinnamon butter and bread.
Bruh, I might fill up on the cinnamon butter and bread before my food even come out.
That's probably why she was being real good in school, so she could get that.
Wait, this sponsored by Texas Roadhouse? Hold on. What you need me to do? You want an apple or something? I could bring you an apple.
She went through. She was. Yeah, I could imagine her being sweet to all the teachers that month. Because she loved her some Texas Roadhouse.
YV said he worked at Texas Roadhouse for 8 years.
Oh, that's what's up, YV. Well, my kids are hard-headed, but try to keep on them and let them know that I love them and that I'm just trying to correct them in the right path so that they can make the right decisions and choices for themselves. And I tell them that, and I try to raise them up in that. But whether I think that people can be too critical sometimes with their kids and too critical of others too, and I think that can dissuade people from trying to be the best self. So that's why I try to leave them open to make your choices, but know that I'm explaining to you or showing you how to live by example too. Daddy's not out here in the streets,
right? And
I got a lot of friends. I got a lot of old acquaintances that lived that life, and I don't participate in it, and I tell them that too. I say you by the choices that you make, you'll decide for yourself what you're gonna have, and you can have a prosperous future and benefit for yourself and your family if you make the right choices. But the choices are always gonna come from you. I can't be the one to choose for you.
I feel you.
I can show you, and I can be by example, but you got to be the one to choose.
So you see this real quick. So, oh dang it, I didn't know I could do that. That's pretty cool. I can grab overlays and shit from Twitter. Anyway, so I agree with you. I just want to see these kids out here do better. I don't want to see kids get injured. I don't want to see kids fall victim to all of this shit that they see in social media and on TV and think that's how they gotta live. And they out here acting a fool because they think that's how they supposed to act. That's the thing that annoys me. That's the thing that hurts me, is to see that. I try to stay on my kids, right? Luckily, my kids are good, mild-mannered kids, Kind of like my daughter kind of reminds me of me a little bit. My son's a little more a personality like his mother, but he's still mild-mannered. Like he doesn't act up in public. He'll tell you how you feel though. We were in church on Sunday, and they had New Year's Eve service, and the first lady was like, "Hey Hunter, you look real nice." And my son, I was like, he dressed like a game show host, right? So she was like, "Well, maybe pastors, you come up on the pulpit with him tonight if you're coming back." My son goes, "Yeah, I'm probably not coming." Yeah, I'm probably not coming. I was like, "Jeez, bro."
He's just a straight talker.
Yeah, he just a straight talker. He ain't go, "Oh, we'll see." No, he said, "Yeah, I'm probably not gonna come." Yeah, that shit had me crying, yo. I was laughing so hard, yo.
Don't wait up for me because I won't be showing up,
Right. So, before we get out of here, did you watch any of the Cat Williams interview with Shannon Sharp?
No, it was when it happened, when it premiered, it was like he had 100,000 people were watching it at that point. 100,000.
I think it's at 10 million views now.
100,000 people were watching it live when it was premiering. It's premiering. It premiered edited, right?
Oh, I don't know if it was edited. I know it was 2 hours and some change. It didn't seem edited.
I thought it was recorded.
I know it probably is recorded. I don't think it's live though, but it seems edited. It might have been
because I thought it was edited just from some of the clips I saw, because I was thinking, well, maybe Shannon might have went into some other topics and he didn't want to get canceled, so they may have had to edit something out.
It could have been edited. I don't know if it was live or not. I just watched it after the fact, so I didn't even know about it till today. So,
what is that grab tweet about? And then there's Joe Rogan, and he's trying to shoot his shot at Cat Williams.
So I can grab this tweet and it'll pop up on the overlay on my screen. So like people can see it right now in the top left-hand corner, the tweet. Okay. That's pretty dope.
Oh, that's a different feature. I didn't know we had
that. I just found out about that a couple of weeks ago. But no, so Joe Rogan saying he would love to have Cat Williams on the show. So Cat Williams must have said, he says, quote, I guess I can show everybody. What am I doing? He says, quote, Joe don't want me on there. Joe got 6 comedians that ain't never been funny that he wants to push out. Damn. And then Joe says, I love Cat. He's one of my favorite comics and I love to have him on. We talk about him all the time. If he's down, I'll make it happen. So I guess we should be looking for Cat Williams to be on the show. Joe got 6 comedians that ain't never been funny that he wants to push out. I wonder who he's talking about. I think Andrew Schultz is pretty funny. I think Sam Tripoli's funny. Those are the 2 that I know that he be having on there. But then he be having Tom Segura. I don't know if he's all that funny. Louis C.K. he funny sometimes. I don't know. Maybe that's what he's talking about. But we'll see. What did he say? Let's check it out.
And that's how it was for blue comedy. If you were a comedian that cussed, you were ridiculed by the mainstream comedy geist. That would be like me being on Joe Rogan. Joe don't want me on there. I need to be on Shannon. Joe got 6 comedians that never been funny. He want to push out. But that's really how it is. I'm so and that.
Yeah, like Brandon Shaw was a fighter. He was a UFC fighter. He won Ultimate Fighter, if I'm not mistaken. Justine said Cat is a self-financed genius. Yo, he was airing a lot of shit out, Jay. He was airing a lot of shit out. He was going hard. He went hard on Steve Harvey. He said Steve Harvey stole hanging with Mr. Cooper's swag. What's his name? Mark. I can't think of his last name. Damn. But he's like, he stole hanging with Mr. Cooper's swag. The reason why he ain't been in movies is because he don't have any range and he's not, appealable. He said that he was jealous of Bernie Mac, and the Kings of Comedy tour was Steve Harvey's tour. That's why he was at the end of the movie. But anybody knew that Bernie Mac was the funniest. Then he was going after Kevin Hart. He went after Ricky Smiley. Oh, it was crazy. He was just airing everything out. He didn't care. And I understand it, right? I kind of understand it. He's like, yo, the main part of the entire interview was like, yo, I never sold out. He said, I never sold out, right? He was talking about the role of Money Mike, right? Mark Curry, thanks, Montoya. He was talking about the role of Money Mike in Friday After Next, right? He said that the original script had Money Mike getting raped by Terry Crews' character. And, he said it was his first movie he was ever in and all this other stuff, right? And I remember Cat Williams from, Comic View. I think he was freaking hilarious. But he was saying that he had them change that. Like, yo, ain't nothing funny about rape. I don't care who it's happening to. We can make it funny, but we got to lose that aspect, and they did. And it was a funny fucking scene. That's when he grabbed Terry Crews' nuts with the pliers and shit. This shit was hilarious. The movie was hilarious. And he was saying that Ricky Smiley
was it?
Friday After Next. Remember? That was the last Friday they made, right? Yeah, Friday After Next.
Oh, shoot.
When they was working as the security guards at the strip mall. Top flight security of the world, Craig. But, he was just saying, like, yo, he said a lot of these comedians you had on your show, they was lying about a lot of shit. And he said, but they were lying on him. Cat Williams, and he's like, I wouldn't have said shit if they wasn't lying on my name.
Oh, that was the Christmas one.
Yeah,
I didn't care for the Christmas one.
But he was talking about a lot of people selling their soul in Hollywood to get these parts and these roles. He sounded like remember we revisited Patrice O'Neal. He sounded a lot like Patrice O'Neal when Patrice O'Neal said, I don't want to owe that much. I'm happy with my little bit of money that I get, and I pay my 10% to my people, and that's it. He said, Patrice O'Neal said, Patrice O'Neal said, I deal with mid to low level Jews. He was like, I do my part, I get my money, I pay them their 10%, and I'm cool. I'm cool with my ceiling fan, and you know what I mean. He said there's no, he didn't want to owe that much. And what Cat Williams was saying was like, I wasn't about to go suck Harvey Weinstein off to get a role. You know what I mean? He said stuff like that happened. He said he wanted to be in the business and make enough money to survive and still have his asshole intact.
Like,
oh man!
I mean, that's a power structure that's been there for since it began, because it carried over from vaudeville.
Yeah,
that casting couch was really used back in vaudeville back in the 1800s. So they carried all of that like into the 1900s, into the early days of them hand cranking that Edison cameras to film the Chaplin stuff and stuff like that. They had showgirls and stuff like that. They'd say, hey, come through. Cecil B. DeMille and all them different, all the different people from back in the day. If you you go down that rabbit hole, you'd be like, dang, if there was a Weinstein today, there was 100 Weinsteins back then.
Yeah.
If there was an Epstein today, there was 200 Epsteins back then. There was the Fatty Arbuckle stories, the Charlie Chaplin stories. There was stories about tons of these guys. If you go and start reading about all that stuff, Hollyweird been Hollyweird this entire time. Nothing changed. It was the same people and like their ancestors or their cousins, running the system back then, running it to this day. It's the same thing. Once you go and look at that, then you think, man, they were doing all this and that. They were trying to get Shirley Temple. They were trying to get the little girl. They were trying to get the little rascals. And some of them they did in their little autobiographies. They tell them, yeah, that so-and-so, took me to the back rooms. You think about that money. That's a ton of money. And that's why it's sick to think, but that's why a lot of those parents overlooked it, because they were getting $1 million in their bank account.
Yeah, I mean, we see it. Like I said, I tell a story about being on set with the kid that played Tariq on Power when he was in that movie Learning Uncle Vincent. I was talking to his dad, and his dad told me that he don't go, like, this is back when he was 11, 10 or 11. He's like, yo, he don't go nowhere without us. He said, this industry crazy. His father said that. He said, I'm with him or his mother with him. He was like, he don't go nowhere without us. Jabari says, don't forget Shirley Temple and what happened to her. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's what I was just saying. That was just what I was saying. Like, you can go down the entire list. Like, I don't think there's one single, going back in the days, one single child actor you can go through on those films, those lists and stuff like that, and not find out some horrible detail about what they went through and be like, man, I just feel, I feel sick to my stomach now for those kids. But it never changed. It stayed the same. And it wasn't, and you think, well, it wasn't just the kids. It was also the adults. It was also, the blackmail with different actors being, taking old school pictures of them. Or if it wasn't the blackmail, it was the, you're going to do what I tell you to get this role, to people like Marilyn Monroe and all those other actresses that came down the pipe. That's what they had to go through.
Yeah.
You want this role, go get undressed and head over there to that couch real quick, and we'll see what we can do for you.
Yeah.
And that ton of money, $1 million. The $1 million for the picture. So they literally was gonna be like, I'll have to sell my soul, but I'll be living good for the time being.
Tyler Rose says, can you just imagine what all people have had to go do to get into Hollywood? I can only imagine.
A lot of sick stuff, man.
Casting couch is a real thing.
Right.
Casting couch is a real thing.
We see all those allegations over the years against against P. Diddy, and now it's like, so it might be about to spark off with him and some lawsuits and stuff.
Yeah, absolute power corrupts absolutely. So imagine you got the power to hold somebody's. All right, you got the power to hold somebody's career in your hands. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
I can make you or I can blackball you from this industry.
Yeah, that's facts. I can make you or break you, and it's gonna set you up. It's gonna set you and your family up for life.
Yeah. So what I'm gonna do is you're gonna get on your knees and I'm gonna drop my trousers, and whatever you do will determine how far you make it in this business. And that's what it is, though. That's what it is. That's what the guy said about I guess allegedly about Tyler Perry, the dude that was in his plays or whatever, about Hollywood. I'm not gonna say Tyler Perry, about Hollywood.
The propositions.
And I guess you ain't wanted enough.
Indecent proposals, all that.
Yeah, I guess you ain't wanted enough. You know what I mean? Like, that's what it is. Justine says she's clutching her pearls. But that's what it is, and that's the case. Matter of fact, what's that movie with Mark Wahlberg played the father something? But before he found the Lord or whatever, he was trying to break into Hollywood.
Yeah. Right. That just came out recently.
Yeah.
I didn't even get through it. I started it.
It's a true story apparently. But he was talking about it was a scene in there where he went to go I guess audition for this role, and the dude wasn't trying to he was like, nah, I'm good. And then he was like, yo, I really want this role. And he goes, okay. And then he slides back and then he zips his pants down. And then Mark Wahlberg jacks him up against the wall and shit. But that's the shit that's been going down since forever. I believe that Bill Cosby was doing that shit. He was talking about that shit in his comedy stand up. When he started talking about, he used to talk about giving women Spanish fly all the time. I remember that. I was a kid when I heard him say that. My grandfather used to watch Bill Cosby stand up, right? And I remember hearing him always talking about Spanish fly and giving women Spanish fly. So when them allegations came out, I was like, yeah, he did that shit. He used to talk about doing the shit. You know what I mean? But you gonna tell me that one of the most powerful black men in Hollywood wasn't taking advantage of some women? You know what I mean? Jabari says they've been doing drag since Shakespeare plays back in England.
Oh.
You know?
Yeah, I feel you on that. But Flip Wilson was the first. Yeah, Flip Wilson was. Do you remember seeing some of the footage of that?
Hey, yo, somebody time out Joe McCat. He trying to get the stream knocked down for some nonsense. Retarded people, man, I swear. Anyway.
What's that on? That's not on YouTube, is it?
It's on YouTube, yo. Oh, no, he on Rumble, but we on YouTube. Oh, it's on Rumble. Still, fuck it. Get him out of here. Fucking clown. Some shit he probably would never say to my face. Anyway.
Yeah, Jabari's mentioning Flip Wilson. That was one of the first cats on the Tyler Perry tip.
But yeah, that's how it's been. That's how it's been for a minute. You feel me? And the sad part is that people will do anything just for that 15 minutes. Just for that 15 minutes. You know what I mean? That's the crazy part. And
I'm gonna have to go dig up the Bill Cosby tapes.
Yeah, I'm telling you, yo, he used to say
Bill
that
Cosby
shit.
fan.
He used to say that shit. People be slapping the knee teeth out, laughing their ass off.
About the Spanish fly joke.
Hey, yo, Joe, get the fuck out of my stream, yo. You're a clown. How about that? You come in here because can't nobody reach you or touch you. Guarantee in real life, you wouldn't have this smoke. So you could lead a stream. How about that? Fucking clowns, yo. Anyway. But yeah, I used to be like, damn, Bill. But I didn't know what the fuck it was. I just remember hearing him say it. And then when all that shit came out, I was like, yeah, he did that shit. But then you have Harvey Weinstein. Then they came up with the movie with Harvey Weinstein. You know what I mean?
Man, you're right. Now it was
and they tried to make that this. They thought that was gonna squash the whole Hollywood shit.
But do you think that they gave Hannibal Buress the go ahead to start bringing it up, because he was the first one that they highlighted that was bringing it up after all these years?
He was just stating the obvious shit though. People got mad at Hannibal Buress over that. He was just
launched Hannibal Buress's career after that. After he put that out there like that, then all of a sudden he got all these roles.
Well, yeah. You think so? You think somebody put him up to it?
I don't know if somebody put him up to it. I'm just saying, like, I don't know. Like, I don't think that anyone could have put him up to it. What I'm saying is, like, him putting it out there, like, that sparked off his career, and it sent Bill Cosby to prison, basically. I was saying his rise, his coming up was someone else's downfall, though. But
yeah, I guess you got a point
remember
with
he
that.
was on the what was it, the Eric and Andre show, but the Adult Swim stuff.
Oh, Eric and Andre.
Nobody was really knowing Hannibal Buress until he did that, because then it went viral on the net. They were like, "Oh, did you hear Hannibal Buress, talking about Bill Cosby?" Because at that point, everybody was just kind of staying back from Cosby as just like one of the elders. Just let that man. He's already had his time in the sun. Now let's let him.
But it was
retire.
fucked up because I guess allegedly Bill Cosby was trying to buy NBC. Was that really a thing, or was that like some kind of like folklore that he was trying to buy NBC? But Hannibal Buress legit did that. He did that stand up and he said that shit. And I was like, damn, he just put Bill Cosby on Front Street. I said, but anybody who actually listened to Bill Cosby stand up back in the day would have heard him talking about that shit back in the day. He was saying it out in the open. That's the crazy part. That's why I say he was just stating the obvious. And then that shit grew legs. But it is crazy timing, like Jabari said. And then with all of those people all those women coming out with allegations, that is interesting. That is very interesting.
Hannibal Buress didn't have any films until he made the Bill Cosby.
I never really thought Hannibal Buress was that funny though.
Once he made the Bill Cosby statement, he got that movie Neighbors with is it Mark Wahlberg's? He got that Are You Joking? He got Daddy's Home. Angry Birds, Nice Guys, it just floodgates of film and TV stuff.
Yeah, you're right. But it's like these little cameos, right? He's not that funny. I mean, he has his moments, but he's not that funny. But there are other comedians that deserve more of a role than more of a chance than Hannibal Buress got. Cat Williams is one of them, in my opinion. But I think Cat Williams is right. Like, you got to be willing to go do some shit. You got to be willing to do some crazy shit in order. Look at like I said, the Nickelodeon shit. Amanda Bynes, she crazy as hell right now. But apparently, Dan Schneider was abusing her, and some other girls on that in Nickelodeon. Jeanette McCurdy. You know what I mean? And some other people. People think that Orlando Brown is crazy, but he might not be all that crazy. He might be telling the truth about the shit that he talking about.
Dang.
He was a child star back doing all of that. You know what I mean? He was a big child star. Major Payne, That's So Raven, Family Matters. He was on a lot of stuff. And the sad part is sometimes they parents, and apparently according to Amanda Bynes, her parents would look the other way to get that check. You know what I mean? Jamie Lynn Spears, apparently her kid is Dan Schneider's kid. Parents probably parents pimping their kids out for fame and for 15 minutes of fame.
You're right about that. The parents, there's so many of those stories where the parents got into their trust funds, right? Got into the kids' money. It's a lot of money. Plus, you don't see all the extra stuff that those kids get. Yeah. They get like the swag bags now, they get a lot of royalties, a different extra. But I think that the comedian that was the trajectory to be the biggest comedian out there was Bernie Mac. I think Bernie Mac, his comedic talents and stuff like that, the levels that he was on, the show that he was making, like everything that Bernie Mac touched was just, it was epic in the way he did things. Even his little cameo in Transformers was one of the funniest things in that movie.
It was. Bernie Mac was hilarious. You know what I mean? And he didn't get the shine that he should have got.
He was that guy, and then all of a sudden he passed away, and then we get the rise of Steve Harvey, and then they tried to push Cedric, but it didn't really pan out. No. And then they never really pushed D.L. Hughley.
But I think D.L. Hughley wouldn't sell out. I think D.L. Hughley was in the position that Cat Williams was in, and D.L. Hughley had a show or two, but I think that D.L. Hughley was also one of the ones that didn't sell out.
Was it on ABC, CBS, something like that?
Yeah, it was like on UPN or some shit like that. Yeah, and it didn't last long either. You know what I mean? I don't think he sold out, and that's why like he had brought up the point. He said, "Yo, why you think Gary Owen?" He 25 years in and he white and he can't break through because Gary Owen never sold out. He ain't go get on that casting couch. He ain't let a director tickle his balls like Terry Crews did, or his wife made him do. You know what I mean?
Maybe that's the case, huh?
You know. He even said, he kind of sort of said the same thing that I said about Jonathan Majors.
Oh, yeah. Jonathan Majors was blowing up.
Yeah, he was blowing up, and he ain't do something, and they got his ass out of there.
Fast.
With the quickness.
Doesn't look like they'll be bringing him back for anything. So I don't know what kind of dirt they got on Samuel L. Jackson.
Bruh, I don't even want to know.
He's been in the industry forever.
The first time I seen Samuel L. Jackson was in Coming to America.
When he was the robber.
Yeah, when he was the robber.
Oh, that was hilarious. Eddie is crazy.
I don't know. Samuel L. Jackson I don't know. Maybe he sold his. Maybe he sold his soul. Maybe he didn't. I don't know. I hope not. Because he's been in I feel like he worked so much. He just became famous. Like the whole, and what really I think really made him famous was when Dave Chappelle did the Samuel Jackson skit where he was like Samuel Adams. Yes, they deserve to die, and I hope they burn in hell. I think that's what kind of had a resurgence for Samuel Jackson, because he did movies like Snakes on a Plane. Like really though, that's the movies you do when you're on your way out. You start doing them B movies.
He was still on top when he did Snakes on the Plane. But you had Martin Lawrence out there wasn't he in the streets or something?
Yeah, but I think Martin Lawrence did sell out. I think he did, and I think he was
trying to break free.
Like I forgot who it was. Maybe he was under some kind of spell. Like, oh man, I wish I knew that episode of Tinfoil Hat. Who was it? Was it the dude from the dude from Insane in the Membrane? Was it Cypress Hill? I guess one of the guys from Cypress Hill, he was talking about how some people in Hollywood get bad juju on them, and they go to I guess somebody who practice Santeria or whatever it is, and they help them out. And if you don't do whatever the sacrifice is in return for them helping you out, then the shit come back tenfold or something. And maybe Martin Lawrence, that's what happened to him. It's a whole thing, yo. It's a whole thing. I don't know.
I forgot all the. Did you ever? Was that you? I never went down the.
What?
The rabbit hole of. Well, I did. Never mind. I was gonna talk about. We'll get into it another time. But I was gonna, on that same topic, all the different things tied to like the islands and America and early America and Creole. And all that different stuff that ties into some of the voodoo and all that stuff. I was gonna break down some of that a little bit, but we could save that definitely for another time.
Yeah, that's a whole episode by itself. Joe Beer says, "What happened to the Wayans?"
I mean,
that show was hilarious. Yo, the Wayans brothers don't get enough love, yo. The Wayans brothers don't get enough love, bro. That's just my opinion. What's this? SAG-AFTRA. I need some context, Jonah.
He's trying to show you that it's January and that SAG Screen Actors Guild is the two-face of Janus, and that this is the month of January, and Janus represents the month of the two-faced being. But if you look at it from a distance too, those two faces like become like a monster too, in a way.
No, I got you. I see what you're saying.
And then it becomes.
It's crazy though.
Into this other one, the white and the black symbolism, the white and the dark, the checkerboard, all that stuff.
Got you. Yeah, that's what Jonah said. He said Janus, they all sold their souls. So it's funny how, right? I told you that I took a class for like film, right? It was like some elective or something like that. Yeah, when I was in school. And I remember watching the old like movies and shit. And it's funny how the Catholic Church has so much say in what happened.
The Hays Code.
Yeah. That's crazy to me when I learned that. I said, you tell me
I wish that we had it. I wish that we had the option, and then they try to restrict this though, right? Like, I wish we had the option to have a Hays Code for family, and one turned off the same way that we have our search filters on and off. Like, I wish that we had that, because look what's about to hit Netflix this month or next month. The Cocomelon stuff and all that other stuff coming out. Peppa Pig's going to introduce T characters in it.
Yeah, that's right.
And it's
Paw Patrol, allegedly.
You're going to be introducing confusion and sexuality to preschoolers now. And that was the entire thing that was talked about, that was supposed to be this big conspiracy theory. But here they are openly getting ready to do it. Wide open, and it's come to that point. Yeah. And so I would love to see a Hays Code introduced, that I could switch on something and say the safe feature is over here. But it's going to come down to just you parents out there got to monitor the content and got to make sure that the kids aren't getting that. So, and he's going to be no Cocomelon in this house.
Right.
No Peppa Pig.
And I was like, yo, it's crazy how I was like the Catholic Church is they don't want nothing. Like this, the violence had to be off-scene violence and some more shit. So I was like, yo, this is crazy. But then when you see the shit that's happening in, like you said, in movies now, and the shit that they're allowing to happen and go down, the Catholic Church would have never allowed none of that.
Yeah, and I don't, what I'm saying, like it's okay for adults to go check out a movie that's got cursing in it or whatever else. I'm not saying we all have to be prudes, but when I want to go turn on a family movie, I don't want all this weird stuff on the screen. Suddenly I don't want to see violence and sexuality and all that stuff presented in a kids or baby show or supposed to be some kind of family PG rated show. But that's what point we've gotten to now, though.
Yeah, and even
where we have to monitor everything.
Right.
Like even with you and me, and we're doing the Hotep reviews. Like one of the things we say before we start the show, and then you're like, "Yeah, it had a couple fruity characters in there and stuff like that." And I'm like, "Oh man, see, I'm not putting that on for the babies." Then And what else did it have? Well, it had some transhumanism agenda in there, a little bit of this and a little bit of that. Man, definitely not watching that.
Yeah.
Like we have to be the vanguards for our own family in these cases. But it would be nicer though if we had that option given to us, that where we could just say what kind of stuff do we need to filter out of this, and that could be for everybody, for anybody. There's lots of people that find different stuff not appropriate for them and their family. It'd be nice to be able to not bring that into the household via our Hollywood programmers.
No, I feel you, but yeah, I mean it's crazy now what it is. You got to deprogram your kids every time they watch some shit. It's nuts. So
Man,
check
it's
it.
Crazy though.
It is. So check it right before we get out of here. So Goldstein posted this creepy fucking video on Twitter today. So this was after the let me go to it. This is after the press conference for the shooting, right? man, when I'm watching the press conference live, and I see
Ms. Mortvet from the Iowa
I see his
DCI
ass.
following up on
I see Alex Stein. I'm like, how the hell did Alex Stein get to Iowa from Texas that fast? And then I was like, he's probably out there with Vivek for his town hall, and then the caucuses is like what, on the 15th. So he must have been out there with Vivek, right? And that's the only way. That's the only thing I could think about. So allegedly, that's what it was. He was out there with Vivek. Excuse me, guys. I'm sorry. So anyway, so Goldstein makes this tweet, goes, "We need comprehensive gun control now," with the upside down smiley face, which tells me that Goldstein's trolling.
Sarcasm.
Right? Yeah. So this is the creepiest fucking video I've ever seen in my life.
But you saw iPad Go Part 2.
Yeah, okay. This is the second creepiest video I've seen in my life. Hold on. I mean, let me go full screen on this, okay?
Oh, you trying to give everyone nightmares?
Yeah, you're gonna have the same nightmares I had. That's just creepy. All right. So that shit it got creepy real quick, right? But yeah, it was really Alex Stein. That was really Alex Stein. Anyway, so you get all these people, right? Here we go. This guy, like, people don't understand the sarcasm behind it. Like, it even says it in the video. When you read in the captions, you understand that Goldstein's trolling and that he doesn't really mean we need comprehensive gun control now.
Now, sarcasm doesn't really work with the internet.
I mean, it does, but some people just I don't know. It's like this guy Matt. Gun control doesn't do anything. The only thing it accomplishes is making good law-abiding citizens defenseless. Molan Labe. And then, no. Or deport all Democrats. No, we don't need any morality to stop all the leftist ideology they create. It's like, yo, y'all missing the plot. Y'all missed the entire fucking thing. You get that this video is anti-gun control, right? He's pointing out, I'm like, yo, I had to go, it's a troll. He's trolling. But people don't, they just, there's a couple people that understood it, but everybody else is just, I'm like, yo, people just be looking for shit to argue about, even when if you really pay attention to it. That's how you know people don't pay attention to shit. They read his caption, they probably didn't even watch this creepy fucking video that he put out.
Where did Goldstein put this at, though?
What you mean? Right under Alex Stein's tweet.
See, he put it under the. It tells you what Alex Stein's audience don't be paying attention to there.
Yeah, still, but it's still on Twitter, not paying a fucking attention.
Yeah.
Like, this shit is creepy. I read. I'm like, this is funny. I was going to show this. I wanted to play it at the beginning of the show, but I forgot. But this shit is crazy, bro.
He said innocent population left is only 13. There's only 13 people left, and he's coming to take them out.
Bruh.
Because he's been destroying that city all along. What it seems like in the creepy video.
This shit creepy as fuck. With that fucking Tintin fucking face.
Well, where is he headed to? The teapot.
Yeah.
He's coming to destroy a teapot house. So there's something esoteric behind it.
It's gotta be. I'm sure that the Goldstein could break that shit down. This shit is crazy though, and I know he's enjoying every bit of the fucking outrage that he's getting over that fucking tweet. This shit is crazy. Oh my gosh, this shit is funny, and it's just a creepy video. I hope everybody gets nightmares like I will have. Oh man. Anyway, that's all I got for tonight. You got anything else, Jay?
Tomorrow's another day. Yeah, that's it. Tomorrow's another day. Let's see what pops off tomorrow so we can break it down then too.
Yeah.
I had a question though. Who's running the this year's breakdown of the Super Bowl and the Super Bowl symbolism? Is anyone running with that?
I don't know. I don't think so.
We gotta find out.
Yeah. But
we gotta find out, because if no one else is running it, let's run one. But if someone else has one, then I need to make my way over there so I can break down the sponsor. You know, last year it was me, HJ, and Chad.
That's right. That's
talking about the symbolism, and I kept saying that the score will be what it was, the 35-38. I only told people that 100,000 times.
It's gonna be either the Ravens or the Eagles, or the Ravens and the Niners. Either way, it's gonna be the Ravens in the Super Bowl.
I'm still keeping my eyes out for the Miami Dolphins, and I have a couple things that I want to see if it's the Miami Dolphins. You know that the Trumps would be right there at the game if it's the Dolphins. And they'll go to it. They'll go to it because they're Dolphins fans. They're there in Florida.
Yeah.
And I think that they have connections or ties to that Miami Dolphins team. I think the Ivanka or one of them does. Kushner, some of them. And
the Ravens don't need Lamar to beat the Steelers now. Not this iteration of the Steelers. Yeah, the Ravens don't need Lamar to beat the Steelers right now. I think they can do it with the backup.
It really looks strong though for the Ravens to get it. Baltimore,
complete team this year. Complete team.
And then what happens after that? We get Westmore.
Yeah, man. Listen, I don't even want to talk about that.
We're about to get. Is he gonna be at the game when y'all win, and then we're gonna be electing him next to some big spot?
Who knows? Legalized gambling is here. Don't bet too much. Yeah, I need you to tell me who's gonna win, Jay, so I can make some money.
I gotta go decode it in the gematria, but I'm keeping my eye on the Dolphins for right this second. And I forget, and I know that would take the Ravens out of their spot, and the Ravens beat the heck out of the Dolphins, so it's probably all systems go for the Ravens. But you know, I gotta double check though. I want to see that for certain.
The Dolphins?
Huh?
Is it after that ass whooping they gave the Dolphins? Yeah.
Yeah, because who wins out of this game? It's the Bills, right? The next game is supposed to be the Bills. So who wins out of that? Let me see. Bills and Dolphins. So whoever wins out of that gets to still stay in this spot. Bills have been winning their last couple games, though. They even beat the Cowboys. I
like the Bills, but
you think the Bills gonna beat the Dolphins, though?
No, I don't think the Bills gonna beat the Dolphins.
They did last time they played them, though.
They did, but where they playing? They playing in Miami, right?
Let me see. Let me double check real quick. Sorry, y'all. I'm trying to see something. Where is it at? Hard Rock Stadium, Miami. Okay.
Yeah, so the Dolphins got that, I think.
The home field advantage? That is true. And it's a nighttime game. Week 18. It does seem like the Dolphins would stay alive if they beat the Bills. But everyone's saying that the Bills are going to whoop them. I don't know. We'll see. That's an interesting one. I'm going to try to decode that one for sure.
All right. Well, if you want to do a stream on it, we can do that.
Heck yeah, that's gonna be fun, especially when they do all that.
I'll call Jonesy up too. I'll get Jonesy on the horn, and he can jump in with us.
That freaking symbolism that they're gonna start having too when those commercials start getting crazy.
No, I feel you. Yeah,
they do that every year. With that one year, the Larry David commercial, right? The next thing you knew, BTX. We gotta pay attention to these ads. These ads are predictive programming, doggone it.
Yeah, last year they had the one with the ad. Was it last year or the year before? They had the one with the ad where the kid had the QR code on his shirt.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and then I think one it wasn't Bitcoin. No, it wasn't Bitcoin. Which one was it? They had an ad for like a 30. It was a 30-second ad. Like, not even 30 seconds. It might have been like 10 seconds. I was like, oh shit, they did it. But anyway,
sometimes that ads show you who's getting ready to win the thing. Like with the start of the Chiefs game one, it showed like a little kid that looked just like Patrick Mahomes, and he said, "Tonight we're winning," and then that was it. And then I was like, well, they just told you who's gonna win. It's gonna be the Chiefs that one year. they let you know ahead of time.
That's crazy. Anyway. And apparently, guys, I guess Usher is performing at the halftime show. So whoa.
Yeah, he's from Illinois though, isn't he? Is he from Illinois?
I don't know. Don't give me
Texas? Is he? No, he's from Texas. He's from Texas, right?
They might have Usher in the dressing manual said. Goodness gracious.
Enough with this dudes and dresses business.
Jabari said he from Tennessee, and then Saul said he from Georgia.
Where he really from? No, he says he's from Georgia.
Oh no.
Georgia? Oh, born in Texas and living in Georgia. Okay, so born in
Usher,
Texas, living in Georgia. All right.
Now, Carlton said he from Chattanooga. I don't know.
No.
He from America, goddammit.
All right. And Bill said he's from Canada. All right, let's
oh my God.
Moving on.
Y'all trip.
Appreciate y'all.
Anyway, guys, that's it for the night, man. I hope you guys have a wonderful evening or morning. I got to get up and get my ass to work. Anyway, appreciate you sticking it out with me, Jay.
Man, what? What? Yeah,
I know the babies be driving you crazy over there.
we do this. It's what we do. We good.
Anyway, until next time, guys, it's CannonHotep saying be safe, stay strapped, don't miss. I'll holler at you guys as soon as I find my outro.
Outro button.
No relax and take notes. Niggas need to wake up. Niggas need to relax and take notes.